parasocial about me
they
that they would just say,
say that New York City is a city for lovers. And that's true to some extent. But what's more true is that it's a city for democratic socialists like me, a New York mayor, Zoran Mamdani, Transylvanian vampire. Welcome to the stream, free ice cream for everybody, except for you, rich asshole who has 2 homes in upstate New York. Go fuck yourself. I had to bring back Newt Zoran Mamdani, Transylvanian vampire. Hi folks, welcome to the stream. It's Sunday, and it's really fucking warm in my office right now, and we're just gonna have to deal. Also, hi Vampire Queen 29, welcome to the stream. Hey Leica, I see a Leica in chat right now. Hello Pio God. There's already a chat backlog, and I just got here. Yeah, I thought...
Leica was thirsting over some guy. It's fine.
Is the some guy you, Will? Is that what's going on?
No.
Okay, I just have to make sure. So, yeah, it's a lot warmer than I thought it was going to be. Hey, Mimma, do you want to turn on the AC?
Are you turn off the windows upstairs?
Got it.
Turn them off
chat,
immediately.
Chat, listen to my cohorts, my wretched little monsters, my little beasties. I'll be right back 1 second. I'm a little warm. Gotta close some windows. Bye bye.
Oh, she's gone. Okay, it's just us then, Turtle.
Anarchy! Anarchy!
So something I know is that last stream I was my audio was coming from the wrong source, so April had to turn me up. Hey everyone, am I way
sound great.
loud now?
No, you're fine.
Yeah, but April had to turn me up.
That's a good point. That's up to April to decide. I'm stupid. Wait, I'm stupid, okay?
Hey, Vamp Queen, you and I are of the same mind. Shadows is also my favorite. If I recall, Vampire Queen followed you.
Yeah, like a couple of days ago.
During
an unrelated stream. And I had wondered about that. Because I was going to be like, did you, because, I'm a small enough channel so that I still get an email when people follow me. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll check their profile. Look up, and I'm like, okay, this definitely feels like a VTM person. But why are they following during, like Dokapon Thursdays or Fire Emblem Monday? Like, this is odd. I'm so very curious how you found us. Anyways, Will, sorry, I totally cut you off.
No, I was just complimenting Vamp Queen on their good taste. That's all. And also you coming in here with like official World of Darkness Twitch stream.
Yeah, no, I was going to say,
which is like, hell yeah.
I see Lazambra. I see a unique Julie emote. Cute. Love these.
Shout out to Julia. Love her to death.
But yeah, no. Dearest friend Will, who you're hearing in the call right now, is the one who recommended these games to me. I've been a vamp head for a little while, but I haven't fucked around with any of the games outside of Bloodlines. So been having an absolute blast. We played through Coteries of New York before this. And we plan on doing Reckoning of New York. I knew it was one of the big R words that you use for a generic second or third movie title. Also, God, please acknowledge me. I'm begging you, please, I'm on my knees. You should be talking, as you usually should be when talking to God. Don't worry about why.
Yeah, I saw that earlier, and then I ignored him, or I ignored it. Hey, hey, how you doing? I'm joking. I'm joking. I wasn't ignoring you. I was waiting. Hi.
All right, but that's a lot of stalling with dear friend of the channel, Transylvanian vampire Zoran Mamdani. Let's get into it, baby.
Oh boy.
So, chat, also, just a note, it seems like we will not be having Lauren with us for the remainder of at least Shadows. We might get him back during Reckoning. We'll see how that goes. So, in the meanwhile, we will have dearest friend Emily subbing in. I say subbing. You're here for the whole last game. That's not really a substitution, now is it? So, chat. New York.
It's like when
technically
your
is.
teacher has to go on some kind of medical leave, and you just have
Yeah.
a substitute for the entire semester.
That literally happened for my 5th grade class. Teacher was pregnant, had to leave like a month in.
Mhm.
We had a sub the whole year.
So, yeah.
Same with chemistry.
New York City is for lovers because it's couples night. It's me and my wife, and it's Turtle and Will.
It's true.
Have we read our dictionary? Okay, we have read our dictionary.
We did.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how we ended.
Fuck, I have to wait for the good
We
shit.
made a bit-
I have to wait
we
2
made a
whole
bit
story
out of the
segments for the good
dictionary.
shit.
It was just us trying to replicate Will's Julia.
All right. Shut up. I say with love.
Okay. Hi, hello. I will be
Ooh,
playing the role
hold
of
on.
Julia tonight.
Actually, I now realize I should be turning you and Turtle down because Turtle did bring it up. You sound great, but yeah, you are definitely much clearer now, so you probably don't need to be at 200%, and Will sounds a little loud.
Yay.
Oh no.
Hear me as I slowly get further away.
You know, I had you at 150, but actually I do think I should put you at like 125.
Making you smaller. Yay.
Fuck.
Will,
I didn't know it was possible.
Yes, yes, yes.
you're on deck.
We're on. Okay, we're good to go. All right, let's do it. I leave Dakota's apartment as soon as the sun goes down. Yesterday was fun, but I always feel a little nervous when I spend too much time with her. She never lets me escape from being the center of attention. It's exhausting. At least the time I spend with her, the happier she. At least
The
the
less
less time I spend with her, the happier she is to see me again. It's a tricky act to balance, though. I am grateful for her presence in my life, but never mind. What's on my list of chores tonight? Ah, yes. Only one thing. Don't show up for the party at the art hole. Well, this is the rare night when I don't have anything to do. Might as well take a trip around the city and see what's up. And maybe fix myself a little drink while I'm at it.
So, Will, since you're the one in control
Okay.
this time, you get to pick.
Ooh, walk in the park, bring it. Can you show me the other one really quick? Breaking the habit. No, let's go. Let's be depressed and go to the park. Van Cortlandt Park. Funny. I never knew how much I could miss nature until I got stuck in this urban jungle for good. The sight of familiar green surroundings slowly floods my mind with disjointed images, back from when I'd just moved to NYC and was still in awe of it. Reminisce. I close my eyes, allowing myself to drown in the stream of memories. An elderly couple holding their frail hands in the warmth of the morning sun. An evening gathering of self-important academics, fervently discussing the discoveries no one but them cares about. A bunch of kids chasing an imaginary treasure. Joyful, relentless, and oblivious to the dangers of the summer's heat wave. A young, perfectly chiseled jogger running along the golf course, 100% graceful in every move he makes, mesmerizing. My eyes snap open, and the spinning kaleidoscope of images fades away. I collect my focus and remember what brought me here. A burning heat reaches my fingers. I flick the butt away and immediately take another cigarette out of the pack before proceeding through the parade ground. The faint sound of shoes tapping against the concrete interrupts my contemplative mood. Just what I was hoping for. I hurriedly finish my smoke and take a step back, blending in with the shadows. A lonely jogger runs into and out of the pale lamplight, completely lost in his thoughts, all dressed up in top-shelf sportswear, wiry muscles clearly visible under the skin-tight outfit, and his exposed neck. I get the urge back under control, for now. Back when I was alive, I'd rely on the breathe in, breathe out exercise. However, nowadays, breathing costs a premium. Just as I regain my composure, the jogger stops by the flickering lantern and takes a glance at his smartphone. His body tenses noticeably as he answers a call. Moving in on him right now would, of course, inevitably involve the caller hearing the assault happen. No reason to make things complicated. I'll take my time. I cautiously get closer and closer until I can finally overhear his words.
So, now that we have our fourth party member, so to speak, I figure we'll probably reshuffle roles around a little bit.
We did a little bit before you started stream.
Oh, gotcha.
We picked some stuff.
Okay. I figured we'd give Prince Panard to Turtle.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess, does anyone want to be the jogger? Or should I?
Go for it.
Should expect the bad news, I know, but Jesus, Tasha, he's 9!
He struggles and fails to sound calm.
No, she doesn't know yet. I'll tell her when I get home. I need to think this through.
I notice a lanyard half stuck into a pocket with the Bronx Times logo slapped on it.
They say there's no cure. Yeah, I heard something about experimental treatments in Rochester, but can't make this decision on my own.
I connect the dots, realize what he's talking about, and feel like I was punched straight in the guts.
Listen, need to clear my head. Tell Jonah I need a couple days off. If he starts throwing a fit again, tell him he better learn to write the fucking column on his own. No, seriously. Thanks, Tasha, yeah. I'll give him a kiss from his auntie.
The moment he hangs up, his composure goes out the window. He basically stumbles to the nearest bench.
God damn it!
His faint sobbing stops me in my tracks. I lose my appetite. Feeding on this guy would feel nauseating anyway. Just when I convince myself that I should let basic decency take the reins, he notices me creeping around. He gives me a startled glance. Eyes damp, looking absolutely miserable. Busted. So, what do you say to a guy you were just about to assault in a dark park but thought better of it? Let's do something casual. Are you a journalist? Hey, He absent-mindedly wipes away the tears off his cheeks. Do you by any chance write for the Bronx Times? His short but genuine grin catches me off guard. He didn't expect to be recognized, definitely not by some random girl in the middle of the night.
Yeah, how'd you know? You don't strike me as a baseball fan.
So he's a sports columnist. I put the fakest smile on my face. Time to lie out of my ass. Well, you got that right. I'm a reporter, too. I think I saw you once when I visited Jonah in his office. You work with him, right?
Yeah, you might say that.
His inner struggle seems pretty clear.
Truth be told, I write most of his things as well.
Bingo. For real? Oh, that lazy bum will never change. If he wasn't such an ass kisser, he'd be out of his comfy seat in no time.
Sheesh. It's like you read my mind.
Yeah. Anyway, don't let me stop you. Keep up the good work. You deserve better.
You think so? Glad to hear it. Still, I don't mean to impose, but it's late, and this place is not exactly,
Yeah, don't worry about me. Someone is picking me up in a few minutes away from here. See you around?
Oh, for sure. And, thank you.
I notice a change in his melancholic face. He stands up with his back straight, like he's gained some of his lost resolve. He nods and starts running straight back to his problems. I start walking in the opposite direction. Even though I might regret this show of abstinence later, what little remains of my humanity inside my shriveled heart encourages me to think that letting this guy go was the right thing to do. I'll need a change of scenery to break out of this mood, and an opportunity to actually get some juice in my veins, relatively guilt-free, if possible. Guess that's enough human interaction for one night. Once more to Big Beat Burger, into the last fast food joint I'll ever know. I'll have the usual. The first time I used this line, I wasn't sure it would work, but I've gained enough notoriety among the staff that it does. The cashier just smiles, nods, and charges me for one black coffee. I can imagine them instructing the newbies. See that emo weirdo? Here's how it is. She always orders a single cup of coffee, nothing else, and she doesn't even drink it. Probably wouldn't take a single sip even if I was still alive. This stuff is just trash. But at least being a buying customer gives me an excuse to sit here for as long as I want to. I wish I could use one of those self-order kiosks to minimize human contact, but touchscreens don't exactly like me. Not too long ago, I managed to blue screen 10 of them in a row. Well. The good news is, it doesn't look like I have anything to do tonight. The bad news is, it's because every kindred who matters is having fun at the art hole right now. It's not like I wanted to go. I just wanted them to invite me so that I could tell them to fuck off. I scan the entrance to the restaurant through my peripheral vision. Am I naively hoping someone will come and save me from misery? Guess I am. Please, please, please let somebody come and get me out of here. A prince. A princess.
Whoa, she's bisexual. I didn't know that.
Whoa! Who would have thought? A knight in shining armor, a fairy godmother, a passing huntsman, big bad wolf, Mila Yankovic, Vin Diesel, Azalea Banks. Hell, I'll take anyone at this point. Visualizing, tapping into the power of my subconscious, materializing my dreams. Nope. Doesn't work. Looks like you're eternally stuck being a nobody in the corner of a shitty restaurant, sweet little Julia. Unlife's a bitch. And then, you don't even die. I pretend to read a book about psychoanalysis I stole from Dakota for a while. Having found it too mentally taxing, I switched to pretending to read a Stephen King book, which I also stole from Dakota. After the terrifying realization that it was written in the last 15 years and therefore contains no amusing drugged-out rants about troubled childhood in Maine, I switched back to looking at the entrance. That party must be so stuffy and trashy and boring. At this point, I'm no longer looking for salvation. I'm asking for amusement. But it doesn't come. All I get is boring bozos in normcore clothes. They walk in, take care of their business without doing anything to amuse me, and walk out. A few minutes after I lose all hope, a tall, elegant man marches in with a spring in his step. He looks around, impatient, irritated. Then, he notices the person he was looking for and reacts with visible relief. He gallantly approaches my table, looks at me, and says,
There you are.
"Now that's curious. He shouldn't be here." Also a great one.
I mean, you gotta.
No, Will gets to do whatever he wants.
But we love Fairy Godmother.
I usually go for Big Bad Wolf. Let's go for Fairy Godmother. What's up? You here to be my fairy godmother? Good voice acting. Will you give me a wonderful dress and drive me to the party? Oh, but it's past midnight already. My dumb attempt at self-amusement doesn't faze him at all. He doesn't even roll his eyes, just stares at me blankly.
Grab your stuff and get in my car. Now.
His tone leaves no room for doubt. Something bad has happened. I want to ask what, but whatever he's in, his I will simply ignore all the dumb shit you say mode. But whenever he's in his I will simply ignore all the dumb shit you say mode, I know better than to ask questions. Instead, I silently follow him to the exit. He guides me to his car. I just hope I haven't messed anything up. Again. I don't think I have, but have I? Kadir's car. As usual, he gave me the back seat. He's always uneasy when the passenger's seat is taken. Doesn't want anyone to limit his peripheral vision, he says. Normally, I'd catch him observing me in the rearview mirror, but this time he's watching the streets. More tense than usual. Something must have caught him off guard. I've got my seatbelt on and my popcorn ready. What's up? The awkward silence feels like it'll last forever. Eventually, he finds the right words and speaks up.
6 weeks ago, the prince told me to parley with the anarchs in the docks. Remember?
Yeah, and you made me tag along so that I could learn something about politics. As it turned out, politics meant something awfully similar to watching my drunken family shout at each other at a wedding party.
There was this man who didn't need to shout to make my blood boil. The meanest one in the room, their leader. White hair, monocle, musty clothes.
With this fucking Polak cunt.
No.
Scrooge McDuck, yeah, how could I forget? A lot of panache, old-timey bravado, and gendered insults flung my way. What was his name? Something British, made me think of Hollywood. Callahan?
Baron Callahan. Douglas Boss Callahan.
Right. It's 2020 and the man's opinions and ideas were stuck in 1920. Weren't the Anarchs supposed to be the progressive option? I never understood why they put up with him.
He has his ways of predicting which way the wind will blow. Anytime Camarillo or the SI hit the Anarchs, it was the factions opposed to him that were hurt. Luckiest bastard in the world.
Thought you didn't believe in luck.
I don't, but it sure looks like his luck has finally run out tonight.
Huh. Wait. Don't tell me. Ooh. The Anarchs got rid of him. The Anarchs got rid of him? An evil grin.
Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know the specifics, but I do know he's gone.
Wow. Gone. As in, he's dead? Deader than dead.
I'm 99% sure the bastard met his final death.
How do you know?
We've got a trustworthy source in the Anarch inner circles. Looks like all hell's about to break loose. There's an emergency meeting at the Art Hall.
Jesus, and you're bringing me with you? Why?
Because you were on the way. Because I could. Because I should. You might not be important to the members of the court, but you're still an asset to the sect. Symbolically, at least. I can justify sneaking you into the party chamber if it's for your own protection.
My sweet fairy godmother in a luxury carriage. Wait a minute, though. The party is still happening?
I called the prince. Told her the best course of action is stopping it and starting... Told her the best course of action is stopping it and started listing security protocols I've prepared for these sorts of situations. She interrupted me halfway through and told me, "We will discuss the subject face to face."
Doesn't sound like she was interested. The party is too important. Is that important, huh?
Politics. Politics. Is that important?
I don't know if he's trying to convince me or himself. And once again, politics sound an awful lot like a bunch of party-loving assholes shouting at each other.
Don't worry. This isn't the kind of, how should I call it? Governing issue the likes of you and I tend to deal with.
And how would you describe the governing issues we tend to deal with?
Shoveling ourselves out of shit.
As usual, he seems a little embarrassed for cussing. Or for being too honest. Either way, it's cute. No argument here. And that's where the conversation ends. We stay silent as the car rides off toward the unknown. I'm not a New York City Baron. The Baron of New York City, if you please. Once more, a memory of an old douchebag who thought he could rule the world crosses my mind. Well, it looks like the world has left him behind. Sayonara, asshole. And here I am, at the only place I didn't expect to visit tonight, the Art Hall. Guessing by the sounds, the inside seems lively. Even if they know it's an emergency, they simply don't care.
What are you standing around for? You still need an invitation?
No idea, do I?
I think the bouncer will let you in.
There's a bouncer?
Yes, and he's standing right in front of you. Just start walking, whelp.
And here I am, among the partying elites. It's as stuffy and boring as I expected, but hey, at least it's exclusive. The title Panhard came up with for these yearly gatherings is called Celebrations of Power, an invitation to re-examine the relationship between our undead bodies and the spaces they inhabit. The week-long event is packaged as a sort of performance art piece, meant to make the kindred who are involved celebrate their potential instead of despairing in their monstrous nature. We need to counter-program the omnipresent images of tragic vampirism with images that remind us we have inherited the earth and are now free to remake it in our image, is the way the prince puts it. To this end, she organizes a series of exhibits, concerts, fireworks, parties, business meetings, etc., etc. Of course, the parties and business meetings are the most important.
My prince. Oh,
Kadir, finally.
A saint with angelic wings, a holy patron of New York City. I take a good look around. Half of the figures here are dressed like they're attending a masked ball. The other half are religious figures, either demonic or saintly. I have to admit, I don't fully understand the theme here. I know Panhard based it on psychomagic, a sort of shamanic psychotherapy using the power of art. Simply put, it's a holy mass and unholy mass in equal measures, a set of rituals meant to make the participants wholeheartedly accept they're both the worst and the best this earth has to offer.
Put on this mask at the very least. You're standing out.
here.
I heard the aesthetic basis for these parties is the black mass in the film Eyes Wide Shut. Some think this decision means Panhard is tone deaf, but it's quite the contrary. She knows the Anarchs are constantly looking for ways to undermine her through art and rhetoric that point out glaring contradictions in her theoretically benevolent rule. But instead of denying and suppressing aesthetics designed to criticize the elites, she embraces them. Instead of risking a Streisand effect, she effectively defangs the opposition. The resistance becomes a part of the system, and both the Camarilla and the Anarchs get the same message. Don't think of it as a pathology. Think of it as the new normal.
I'll collect the key advisors.
They've already been told to come here. I don't think there's a need for us to hold the meeting in a particularly secluded place. We'll just do it over there.
Are you certain?
Absolutely. Wait, is that Miss Savinsky I see behind you?
I'm afraid so. I'm afraid so.
I collected her on my way here because of her role as a La Sombra representative.
Just say political hostage. You people have made it perfectly clear what's going to happen with my parents back in Chicago if I go against you.
I realized she may have become a target and decided to hide her at the art hole. Putting all my eggs in one basket will make my job easier, and I will look for a safe place for her to spend the night. I think I was Thomas Arturo?
Yes, we decided you could continue to be Arturo.
Let her stay with you for now, alles mine.
For that reason.
Time is of the essence.
I didn't notice him sneak up on us. Nice getup.
Are you absolutely sure? But of course, everything we say here is going to become an open secret in a matter of minutes. Prince Panhard has already come up with the appropriate messaging.
Out of the corner of my eye, I spot an elderly vampire guiding a young, fashionable human girl toward the basement, led like a lamb to the slaughter. Best not to think too deeply about what's going on underneath this place.
Before everyone gets here, I'd like to secure the perimeter. Easy now, Alasmai. All of the appropriate security protocols for you are already active. Me and the prince have already pulled some strings as well. The situation is mostly under control. Mostly under control. Never let anyone sleep any easier. Alasmai, I know that the prince's sword you are aching for blood. But you have to accept that, like most weapons known to men, you're most effective hidden in the sheath. My sheath in particular, I am an alpha, you see. Listen here now.
Honest.
I'm gonna get you. Looks like a fascinating philosophical discussion in the making, but sadly, I'm forced to interrupt. Prince Panard?
All of a sudden, Samira appears between the two men, her calm and collected voice completely changing the atmosphere. As expected for a self-professed protector of the peace.
Samira, I hope you're enjoying yourself.
To be quite honest, I feel out of place.
She nods and smiles at me, probably to signal she takes solace in not being the only person in the room who feels like a fish out of water.
Especially now, seeing as I heard this meeting is meant for those of greater stature than mine.
Nonsense. We have a delicate matter to discuss, one that might require severe judgment down the road. I think you understand why I wished for a child of Hakim to be involved.
Hakim. For future reference.
Hakim?
Hakim. Yeah.
Hakim.
Hakim.
Okay.
Yeah,
The Banu Hakim.
yeah.
Of course. What is with that expression on your face, Kadir?
He quickly collects himself.
Look who's joining us.
The High Regent of the Chantry of the Five Boroughs, Lady Aisling Sturbridge, walks up to our group in an outfit I would never have imagined her in, pretending everything is par for the course.
I love women, chat. Chat, look me in the eyes, chat. Look me in the eyes right now. I love women.
I like that. That's cool.
That fucking whips.
She's got the collar jewelry and everything.
And the
Hell
horns,
yeah.
and like the
she's sick.
horns
Sick
seem to
as
have
fuck.
some little dangly bits.
They got jangles.
Would we like me to continue holding Aisling, or do we...
Yeah, because I need you to do Jennifer Coolidge.
It's the world's gentlest Jennifer Coolidge. Prince Panard, the Sheriff, the Harpy, the Banu Hakim Primogen. Are we still waiting for someone?
He's almost here.
Shining even more brightly than usual, Aisling. I adore your outfit, Samira. Wish the prince allowed the same amount of effort for me.
I, for one, am glad she didn't. I particularly love those horns.
Thank you for reminding me. I put them on at the prince's behest, but I believe she's had more than enough fun. I can read, I promise.
No, not yet.
You can read
Oh, well,
later.
this will do for now. But you're not off the hook yet. I paid a costly price to see you like this.
Both Kadir and the prince's voices are strained whenever they attempt humor. Their minds are obviously elsewhere, and it's not a happy place. Arturo, on the other hand, seems calm.
We all celebrate our power in different ways, I suppose. Now, what is this about?
Just a moment. Over here, Addison.
The Camaria's infamous spokesperson approaches, pushed toward us in a wheelchair by his servant.
Ooh,
Who'd like to play Payne's servant?
I can't.
Because he is primarily who does the talking.
I mean, I don't want to steal too many roles, but I do love a beautiful blonde boy. Who's giving Albert Wesker?
He's giving a little Albert Wesker.
Like,
He's described as being, quote, posh. So if you want to do another British accent, otherwise I can take him.
Here's
Your
the thing.
call.
Wife or turtle, do either of you want dibs on this?
I feel like the servant would be conversing more with Kadir and Helene and the other higher vampires rather than Julia. So Will might have less to say if he doesn't take this one.
Go crazy. Go crazy. Get stupid.
Oh yeah. Helen, everyone. I certainly hope this is something important.
Your command of accents
didn't do that.
pisses me off so much. I need notes. I need to
Thank
take
you.
notes.
What a commanding tone. Seeing as Payne can't communicate normally, his servant relays his words to us instead, and he's posh and snobby enough to make me believe I'm listening to his master's voice. Carter won't be joining us?
He gave me fair warning he might not make it tonight. I've messaged him the details.
I'll have to find time to meet him later, then. Finding time, searching for lost time, I swear it's all I do nowadays. And there's never enough.
I guess now you understand why I insisted that this event must last all week. So many esteemed guests, many of them from out of town, each deserving at least a few hours.
The figure in the wheelchair waves his hand impatiently.
Ralph, Ralph.
Yes, yes. Let's just cut to the chase now, shall we?
That might be the wisest course of action, my prince.
Ashiro,
My prince. Everyone, let me begin by stressing these important points. The situation is largely under control. The negotiations are underway, and the situation is more tense than dangerous. We are safe. Let me repeat, we are safe! And with that out of the way, here is the big news. Baron Callahan, de facto leader of the Anarchs in New York City, met his final death in his office tonight.
How did you find out?
We have a good friend near his office. Their intel is as accurate as it gets. We've also established a negotiation channel with the Anarchs. They gave us all the confirmation we needed.
Was our court involved in this destruction?
I look at her in disbelief. So does everyone else. Not that the same thought hasn't passed through my head, but to simply exclaim it like that.
Oh, spare me the virtue signaling. I thought we were being transparent here. I don't give a damn if we took care of Callahan or not. I just want to have a clear idea of what I'm dealing with.
Yes. A clear answer. I need that too.
to my knowledge, none of us present here ordered his destruction, nor did we participate in it. Unless someone wants to confess, it's now or never. Hi?
The piano just got really loud compared to everyone else.
Okay.
Yes, the Camarilla theme. First of all, this Camarilla theme that's played throughout the game is incredible.
I love the Themeria. Papa's Themeria. Papa's Camarilla. Wait.
No!
Camera score.
That's just
Better
the Halloween
authoritarian-
event that
better-
happens in the new
Yeah.
ones.
You have to assemble like camera and lenses and give them the right film.
I was gonna make a fucking Papa John's joke.
No, I was making a Papa
No, I
Pizzeria
wasn't.
joke straight out the gate.
Okay.
We're here on Cool
Better-
Math Games.
Better authoritarianism, better monarchy. The camera.
Awesome.
We have fun here.
Of course, nobody speaks up. Arturo pretends to clear his throat.
Yeah. That's
harpy
our
indeed.
official position as well. The Camarilla's ruling body has nothing to do with it, and for all intents and purposes, his anarch contenders had more interest in removing him than we did.
Before I read this, April, what game did we last use that voice in? Because I just remember it deteriorating.
Oh god. Oh my god. The problem is that
What
it's been
did you
so
fucking
long.
do?
Fuck. It wasn't Sea of Stars, was it?
Oh god, I don't remember.
Was it
It's
Sea of
okay. It's okay. It'll wake me up at like 3 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Look, it
Fuck,
said he
okay.
pretended to clear his throat, okay?
It sure did.
It
Sure
all
did.
it reminds me of, and this is going to be a reference that I'm hoping at least somebody gets. All it reminds me of is the voice that the audiobook narrator of the Discworld books does for Rincewind. The wizard Rincewind. He famously has like a bunch of like really weird vocal like things that he does, but like one of the things that Rincewind constantly says whenever he's like surprised by something is "Yarg."
Yeah. Anyways, Samira,
So,
April would voice a wizard.
I would.
yeah. That interest is sure to manifest in one way now. His former enemies will prop him up as a martyr for the cause.
Yes, which is why we sadly can't just leave the Anarchs to their own devices. As much as we'd like to avoid recognizing their sect in any way, we've offered to assist them in an official investigation.
Addison Payne's wrinkled face contorts slightly. Let me just ask you one question. You do realize those curs have no respect for our traditions, yes?
We do, Addison. But as a veteran politician, you should be deeply familiar with the words controlled opposition.
Yes, for now, it's impossible to fully contain the Anarch threat in New York. For now, our only option is to prop up a candidate who will offer the least resistance to our future plans for the city. We extend our hands to the most promising contender, giving him a way to present himself as a diplomat, a man of reasonable compromise. The rabble falls in line, the purists grow angry and alienated.
We've already contacted the best possible person in their sect. He will oversee the investigation, and in his best interest to show he's able to resolve the situation calmly. Is that good enough?
Addison ponders the question for a while, then waves his hand again. It is. Proceed. Funny thing, nobody's paying any attention to me right now.
Keep in mind, Mr. Payne, our man's people will still barely tolerate us, and the situation is volatile. The other factions within that sorry excuse for a sect might still try to escalate the conflict. I will do my best to solve this situation as fast as possible. How so?
Kadir is momentarily taken aback by Arturo's question.
I volunteer to coordinate the case with the Anarchs, of course.
I refuse. You have more important duties to focus on.
Once more, Kadir is stunned.
All due respect, Prince, but if you don't consider me capable of tackling this issue and attending to my usual duties at the same time, I think you gravely underestimate me. So the thing is, Thomas Arturo voice, it sounds batshit insane. It is also kind of a vocal warm-up. I am using every part of my mouth to make that man do that.
Your penchant for working yourself to the bone is well known and appreciated by everyone in this room, Sheriff. But so is your perfectionism. If we do grant your wish and let you investigate while still fulfilling your routine obligations, can you guarantee you're going to give both these tasks your best?
I can guarantee you something very close to my best. Close to your best does not cut it, Alasmai. Not when the vultures are out in force. Calihan's destruction is sure to cause unrest among the anarchists, and there's an obvious outlet for their pent-up rage.
You are rapidly transitioning into fucking Matt Berry Laszlo.
I want
In New York City. I
to
don't give
make
a
this-
fuck what you say. Sorry. No, continue.
I want to make this perfectly clear. The celebrations will continue as planned, no matter what. This is why your presence here is absolutely necessary, Sheriff. We rely on your constant protection.
Of course, my prince. We must be on constant vigil for a few days. Alasmai's sword must be constantly pointed at the enemies surrounding us.
The timeline. The timing of the Baron's destruction is impeccable. The Anarch leaders are sure to point at us and claim we're shamelessly celebrating his end. Does anybody believe it's just a coincidence?
I'm sorry, I just read your comment. Arturo just starts melting.
That's what it sounds like! Murders are messy. Almost as messy as politics. It's impossible to reliably predict the outcome of any violent action. I think it'd be wise of us to brace for a lot of unfortunate coincidences, Aisling.
In any case, the rabble can't get the impression that their power struggles are of great concern to us. But they also can't think we have something to hide, which brings me to my point. We do need a symbolic gesture, one displaying expertly measured intensitosity. My best bet is a humble diplomatic envoy, a low-level official acting as an investigator of sorts. I implore you, Prince.
Kadir.
He bites his tongue and struggles to collect himself. I rarely see him lose his temper, at least where the Camarilla is involved. What's going on? I wonder about your suggestion for this role. After all, it's not particularly prestigious, but carries a lot of responsibility. We're talking about a Camarilla representative.
Oh, I think there's a very obvious candidate.
Both he and Kadir look at me simultaneously. Everyone else in the room does too. Now, wait a second. He can't possibly mean...
Miss Julia, once again your full name eludes me at the moment.
Am I allowed to speak? Or maybe I should wait for permission. Before I make up my mind, the sheriff sighs deeply and speaks up.
Savinsky. Miss Julia Sowinski, right. I understand you used to be an investigative journalist before your embrace.
God fucking
I'm
damn
sorry.
it, April.
I'm sorry I leaned too hard into that one.
Sawinski.
So winky.
I Rewinsky what I Sowinski.
Vamp Queen, I'm so sorry. You have to understand, we hate this man.
We hate him so much.
It's awesome. Oh, Miss So
So we're
Winky.
We're doing him the utmost disrespect right now.
We are. Also,
As he
the game,
deserves.
genuinely though, in the first game, they acknowledged that Arturo's just kind of unsettling and odd.
Yeah.
That is true.
I am
That is
leaning
true.
I
into
don't know.
that as well.
I don't. When they said that, I don't know why I imagined him speaking like really fast. Like, if you can let me do my thing really quick. Like, the thing that my immediate first take about this is Miss Julia Sawinski, right? I understand you used to be an investigative journalist before your embrace. Like, just
I
speaking
see we
really
both took
fast
opposite.
and direct.
We both took
So much
opposite
coke.
directions on
There's
the
so much
speedometer.
coke.
He exists at 1.5 speed.
And I took him at
Yeah.
0.25.
Miss So Winky. Right.
And this is
Miss
and this is
Miss Julia Da Vinci.
and you know what? This is half of the reason I recommended playing these games with you, because
Because this
the
happens.
world that you're opening my mind to right now.
You knew I'd make some inspired choices.
Right. What the fuck did he ask? He understands that I used to be an investigative journalist. And what
April,
about
read
it?
it again.
No.
Yeah. But what about it?
Miss Juby Doo Skadooby Doo. Among others, the Banu Hakwim Primogen insisted that you are worthy of
Fucking damn it, April.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
God,
chat. These are
please.
supposed to be like serious read-throughs.
It's your channel, bitch. You get to
Insisted
choose.
that you are worthy of greater privileges and should be given a chance to prove yourself.
Samira measures Arturo with suspicion.
Give me a second.
Hold on. Let's all
Oh,
get
it's
back to level.
it's Becky all over again.
I don't know. I would
It's-
argue
it's-
I'm hitting you even
know who
harder
Becky
than
is.
XXX Becky XXX.
Well, yeah, with Becky,
Well,
I couldn't talk.
The joke of XXX Becky XXX is that people were constantly saying her name.
I was Sophie. I had to say that thing like 20 times. Ugh. Yes.
Do you still think she's capable? Like, I've decided his quirk is that he says one word wrong every text box, and unfortunately
puts-
there weren't many in
puts-
that one.
He puts improper emphasis on certain words. Yeah.
Prince Pinard is pinching the bridge of her nose.
This is her fucking herald.
Yeah, this is the guy,
Okay.
not only is he her herald, he's the guy who presumably has her balls in a vice with a blood bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only
true.
reason he's her herald.
That's
It's the
right. I
only
forgot
reason
he
she puts up with
telenovela'd
him.
her.
Okay, well, for one thing, no, he's her Thomas. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Fuck.
Okay. She looks me deep in the eye. I swear she's telepathically trying to tell me, please, please, please don't fuck this up, you dumbass little white girl.
Of course.
Good. And I'm sure that you, Alasmai, have no problem with your protege embarking on this mission, save for the pain a mother feels when watching her childie leave the nest. Whether I do or do not is not particularly important right now, is it?
It absolutely is.
Panard's backing of Arturo momentarily blindsides him.
Prince Panard,
If Arturo's plan is reckless, I want you to tell me. I need a simple yes or no answer. Is the girl capable?
Now he knows he's left with no choice.
I wouldn't entrust her with all the responsibilities that I have if she wasn't.
He exchanges glances with me, but his look is different than Samira's. It's as if he's trying to apologize to me.
Here we are, then. A recommendation from the Badu Hakwim Primogen and the Sharif. To tell you the truth, I was just throwing out ideas. But with this backling, I can't doubt the Knight Clan's representative will get the job done. I am certain each of us feels the same, Mr. Pian.
The atmosphere in the room mostly suggests people are glad they don't have to discuss the topic further. A shrug here, an averted gaze there. It is as you say. I will watch the way she handles this situation with great interest.
Well then, Miss Savinsky, it looks like you've got your chance for a biggie babraki.
Ooh, do I want to highball these people? I have conditions. Big break doesn't mean much by itself. All I see is a big responsibility being placed on my shoulders. What do I stand to gain here, exactly? Even though I'd normally jump at the chance to be useful, I play it cool. All of a sudden, not only everyone acknowledges my existence, but believes I can handle solving a tense criminal case. If something seems too good to be true.
Let's not be vulgar now. You stand to improve your standing at the court.
Yes. We can discuss the particulars based on your performance.
I'm just hearing Will gasping for air, trying so hard to keep it in.
God, I'm trying to be so serious right now, April. Yeah. They don't plan on giving me shit. Figures. It's not like I can refuse, but this is something I need to take into account while taking care of this case. I need a bargaining position if I want to get anything out of this. Yeah. I'll do it. Just point me in the right direction and tell me what to do.
Excellent. This leaves us with only one more matter, which I hope we can agree on.
Prince Panard signals someone with her hand. The figure emerges from behind the corner.
Do we want to give Catherine to Turtle? Or do you want to keep being her
I'm
babe?
so down for that. She's young, Turtle. She's like maybe late teens, early 20s. She baby girl. Oh my god, I'm dying.
Good evening.
That's a great Captain Weiss. Hold on. No. Hold on, let me update
Fixing my document.
I'm fixing my document. Also hilarious, Catherine Weiss. Continue.
Yay!
You say continue.
Catherine.
Okay, yeah.
I got back into character immediately. Catherine. What a pleasant surprise. Nobody informed us you were in town.
Addison, looking healthier than ever.
And what does Vice have to do with it?
We need an impartial observer who everyone respects. And as it happens, Catherine always knew how to make friends on both sides without angering either.
I beg to
I'd be grateful if, just for once, you decided against throwing a tantrum about me, High Regent.
A painful grimace crosses Ashling's face, but she's quick to interpret the taunt as an invitation to a game she can't possibly win.
As long as she could prove herself useful to the proceedings in some way. If half of what I heard about her from Mr. Van der Weyden is true, she should be able to.
And what did poor Carter say about me this time?
Nothing specific. One always has to read between the lines with him. But it was mostly envy.
Miss Weiss gracefully agreed to mediate between the Anarch representative and the La Sombra representative, ensuring mutual comprehension and mitigating potential conflicts.
Not even close to what that word was. That felt like a Freudian slip. La Sombra representative, not Camarilla representative. I.e., someone who can be catapulted from the sect without much damage to the Ivory Tower if they mess up. Is there a meeting set up? Arturo looks at the clock on the other side of the room.
In less than an hour. You better hurry then.
What the hell? All of this is happening so fast.
If the situation is indeed under control, I will drive her and oversee the situation. Out of the question! You've got your orders, Sheriff. Attend to those. You fool. The girl needs guidance.
And we need yours. Nobody knows what might happen next.
But it's not as if the Anarchs have a lot of love for you, Alasmai. You're too efficient in your duties for them to tolerate you. Better spare Miss Sowinskaby having them see you two together.
Do you think my guidance of Julie would be lacking, Kadir?
I never said that.
So, do you have any objections to putting her under my care?
He lowers his gaze, but seems reassured.
None whatsoever.
That's all I needed to hear. We'll be going then. Wasting no time as usual, I see. Have you at least tried the aperitifs? Waiting is an old person's game, Helene. I still feel young. Remember, if there's anything you need help with. Probably not, but I appreciate the thought nevertheless. Have a great night, everyone. I'll catch up with you later, Addison.
I certainly hope you do. And so, we leave in a rush. Funny, considering what she told me about being in a hurry yesterday.
We're here!
She thanks the chauffeur. Chauffeur. Ooh.
I see
Arturo's.
Arturo's beating off on you.
He's what?
The last thing I want is that man beating off on me.
It's blood, Miss Sawinski. It's all blood.
I've literally never been less attracted to a man in my entire life. She thanks the chauffeur and lets me out of the car into a quiet neighborhood somewhere in Queens.
I'm just saying, sponsor us, White Wolf.
Jason Carl, you know what's up. Hit us up. No.
The Yamas, baby.
Seemed like you were in a rush.
I couldn't stand the crowd.
She's honest. Probably performatively so, just to get into my good graces. Well, it's working. And why is that?
In my experience, gatherings like those always enable a boring pack mentality. All the familiar lies we tell ourselves just to justify lusting for more, repeated ad nauseum.
Ah, Julia's too much of a little shit. What lies are you telling yourself? And what lies are you telling yourself? Her aura immediately turns colder.
You have bigger issues to worry about, sweetheart.
Oh, well. At least now I know how familiar I can get with her. That I do. Back at the art hole, you said something about guiding me, but I have zero idea what to do. None whatsoever.
I had a few necessary arrangements to make over the phone before we got here to ensure your pretty little head stays attached to your neck. For now, anyway.
I am grateful, but I still feel way out of my depth. I need to know what to do.
You used to make a living as an investigative journalist, did you not? Investigate the murder.
In TV shows, where an investigative journalist gets too close to the heart of a politically incendiary case, it rarely goes well. A cat's head on their porch, a bullet to the head.
So, were you afraid you might be a pawn in a game you don't understand? That your elders consider you a disposable asset? That a single wrong move might cost you everything you hold dear?
That sounds about right, yeah.
Well, by the sound of it, you understand your situation perfectly.
Don't belittle me. I need your advice.
Be anything you want. But don't be boring, Julia. If I wanted to belittle you, I would have drowned you in platitudes long ago. Know thyself. Believe in your strength. Trust no one. Act confident. Turn the chessboard around and read your opponent's mind. Read Sun Tzu and quote him incessantly. Say, do you feel any better now?
Can I ask you something?
Seeing as Mia is still not here. Of course.
Do you know who killed Baron Callahan?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Were you emotionally impacted by his death?
Not at all.
Did you know him?
Only passingly, I'm afraid. I expect him to perish sooner than later, so I never bothered to improve our relationship.
Why are you helping me?
Am I? That remains to be seen.
What do you mean?
You do not want a painfully honest answer.
But I do. She stares me down. Her irreverent tone makes it impossible to guess what she's feeling, even more so than the mask.
When I look at you, I see someone pitiful. Someone whose hunger is purely biological, just an animalistic rush. When I saw a burgeoning plan to put you in a situation that is way beyond your capabilities, I offered my help. I was curious to see your true colors reveal themselves firsthand. When everything is said and done, and Callahan's killer is pointed out, will you be a whimpering animal or a victor taking the spoils? I cannot wait to find out.
I don't know what to say. Is she provoking me, or...
Mia should be here any second. You have time for one more question.
Hide face. I hope I'm not being rude, but, is there a reason you keep your face hidden?
Yes, there is a reason. And yes, you are being rude.
Sorry, just curious.
I understand, but let's just say I prefer everyone to come up with their own theories. The more stories they'll invent, the less relevant the truth will be. But anyway, here's Mia.
A woman around my age emerges from around the corner of the street. Can I still be Mia?
You can still be me, of course you can.
I've never met her before, but if I had to describe her in 2 words by her aura alone, I'd guess those words would be permanently angry, even more so than your average anarch. You must be Catherine Weiss.
And you must be Mia Morgan. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
The pleasure's mutual. This your girl?
Julia Savinsky, the Lasombra Primogen.
The Lasombra representative. I correct her automatically. At this point, it's a habit. Good. If you were a Primogen, I might have tried to kill you here and now.
Is Torque still on the site?
Were you Torque last time, Will? Or was Lauren, I think?
Lauren was.
Torque was
Got
Lauren.
it. I might take Torque unless you two want him.
You can have Torque.
Okay.
Nah. I told him I'd take it from here. By the end of tonight, he needs to look like a neutral candidate. He needs to look like a natural candidate for the leader of the NYC Anarchs. It's going to take a lot of driving around and negotiations.
How did he react to finding Callahan's remains?
He hasn't exactly elaborated on his feelings, but I expect he reacted the same way every true believer in the cause did. It's this complicated mess of all the possible feelings under the moon. So, he was the first one who's seen the murder site. Oh, so you're already calling it a murder site. Does the Ivory Tower know something we don't? It's not the official position, but I expect a lot of them think it's Torque who stood to benefit the most from the boss's death. And it sounds like he's quick to jump on new opportunities. You don't know him. Yes. But I'd love to meet him and ask him some questions, especially if he was the one who found the body. Well, if you're meeting Torque at all, it won't be tonight. He's too busy. I was assigned to investigate. I won't be able to do it properly if I'm not able to question a key witness. I'll arrange for him to see you this week. This week? Aren't the tensions a little high for delaying an investigation like this? Well, Torque's work is our best shot at making sure they won't get any higher, so boo fucking who. I'm his right-hand woman, though. You got any questions, direct them to me.
Maybe the two of you should just head to Callahan's office. The discussion here does not seem to be going in the right direction, nor in a particularly interesting one.
You're not coming?
Torque and you are not the only ones who have their work cut out for them tonight. I trust you can take it from here. And Mia, be easy on her. In slightly different circumstances, I expect the two of you would have ended up on the same side of the barricades.
Uh-huh. Take care. She heads back to her vehicle.
Well, enjoy voice acting with yourself, Well.
I will.
You will.
I will.
You
I
will.
wanna-
Be Callahan.
It's one
Unga
of
bunga.
those
Right.
strong skills.
Okay, here we go. Well, follow me. I'll show you his place. Oh my god, I apologize in advance for how much this fucking art piece moves around.
Does it just keep going?
Yeah, it just keeps going.
Fucking Nancy Drew
Uh,
in here.
It's a 19th century style office. Classical, wooden,
Hold on.
smelly.
You're so real. You're so
Nice.
real for that.
Nice.
I saw that option a while
but it-
ago.
wha-
We can
wha-
turn it back on after we leave this room.
Okay.
We're in the void.
Newman!
It's a 19th...
Newman, no!
Newman!
No.
It's a 19th century style office. Classical, wooden, smelly. The stuffy air of books, old furniture, and dust covers much of the fragrance. And dust covers much of the fragrance of decay, but not all of it. This is the first time I've seen the remains of a vampire who has met final death. I heard stories of really old kindred crumbling to dust, but that's an exaggeration. At least, it didn't happen here. When kindred die, time catches up with them. If you offed me right now, I'd probably turn into an ugly, leaky corpse, but Callahan was well over a century old. It's like looking at a dapper mummy. A desiccated body in a heap of musty clothes. All that is left of the mighty boss Douglas Callahan, Anarch Baron of New York City, if that's really him. Needless to say, it might be a little hard to establish the time of death or the cause, especially as his garb doesn't have any obvious damage. What a great place to start.
Hold on. Turn those back on for the other ones.
Have you already found anything suspicious? Or shit, fuck. Have you already found anything suspicious? Nothing you didn't see in front of you. Uh-huh. This door is the only point of entry to the room, right? Yes. Unless you count the windows. But nobody except for Callahan knew how to operate those. And they don't let air or light through. Metal blinders on the windows facing east. The only modern element of the room, sticking out like a sore thumb. They look automated. Was the door open when Torque got here? Well, that's the one suspicious thing. It wasn't. It's as if Callahan locked himself in from the inside. A closed room murder. Huh. There's some glass scattered on the floor. I point at it. Could that be from the window? I checked it from the outside. It's in perfect condition. So, what's this glass? I have no idea. Why does it seem like she has her suspicions but is remaining uncooperative just because, fuck off, Camarilla scum? I check the next point of interest. A wall safe, surprisingly large. I play with the lock a bit. What's the combination? It's Callahan's. What makes you think I know? At least I tried. A desk with nothing but an envelope on it, nothing inside. I check all the drawers. Every single one has been thoroughly emptied. I don't know what I expected. Is this how the anarchs go around securing crime scenes? Were these emptied before Torque arrived? I don't know. But I wouldn't accuse him of tampering with evidence if I were you. Well, thank you. The decor of the room is pretty minimal, so there's not a lot of points of interest that could illuminate the case. I start getting nervous. I point at the painting on the wall. Of course, you have no idea who that is. Callahan's ancestor, I guess? I'm out of ideas. Everything I look at feels like another dead end. I'm frustrated. I feel as if I failed this investigation before it has even started. There must be something more. I start walking around, trying to find a single clue. Mia just watches me indifferently. Give me anything. Anything. God damn it. Anything. A shadow blinks in and out of existence near Callahan's remains. I freeze in place. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of me. The only thing I'm afraid of is you wasting too much of my time. Doesn't seem like Mia noticed it. Give me just a moment more. She groans under her nose and goes back to messaging someone on her phone. When she does, the shadow appears again. Once again, blink in, blink out. Could something be there? I approach the clothes and start searching them for a clue. Maybe they missed something. Getting desperate, huh? Just being thorough. We've searched the bastard like 3 times. He had nothing of interest on him. How about this? A small card, barely noticeable, looking a bit like a shopping list. It's shoved deep into an almost invisible hole in the fabric. I take it out and show it to Mia. Huh. You didn't plant that there, did you? No. Did you? Shove off. What's on it? It's a list of 4 names. D'Angelo, Hope, Agathon, Tamika. Any idea what this is about? Beats me. She's lying, but I don't care. Tomorrow night I'll meet up with Kadir and ask him to help me figure it out. Think I'm done here. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Guess she sees me as nothing more than an enemy agent. When will I get to meet with Torque? If, and that's a big if, he will agree to meet you on a one-on-one basis, Catherine will let you know. He probably won't let a loyal Camarilla lapdog like you see him without her oversight anyway. A Camarilla lapdog, huh? It's a risky play, of course, and it might backfire. But maybe I'd benefit if I put my loyalty to the court in question. First option. Maria lapdog. Please. Well, aren't you? Trust me. I'm not the type who bites the hand that feeds her. But the court's favorite pastime is leaving me starved. Ah. So it's like that, huh? Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I just wonder. I saw an achievement in the bottom corner.
She studies me carefully. I will keep that in mind, depending on how the situation unfolds. Good. In the meantime, have a good night. You too. It's getting late. Or early, depending on how you look at it. Once I leave Callahan's office, I head straight to Dakota's apartment. I try to sneak by to my bedroom, but she's up, waiting for me.
How was your night?
Shit. Tomorrow.
What happened? You look like something to cat dragged in.
Tomorrow. I promise.
But I'm worried.
Don't be. Tomorrow. She gives me a concerned look, then closes her eyes, slumps her shoulders, and frowns.
All right.
You're the best. I reach my pitch black room and throw myself on the bed. The responsibilities, the stakes, the way I always feel too slow to react properly in these situations. I don't know what to think. I don't want to think. I want to turn off my brain. I want to drift into the void. Into the void. Into the void. Into the void. Whew. Okay.
Chat, it's been a long hour.
Water for Will?
and 42 minutes. Will, are you about to go get water right now?
I would love to get water,
Then
but
you
there's
better.
a thing that's more important first.
There's something that's more important than water.
Shit!
And I wasn't going to say it. I wasn't going to make you neglect your bodily needs. But chat, friends, foes, people of government interest, it's time to read the motherfucking dictionary!
Dictionary!
Oh, there's
God
only
damn
4
it.
of them.
Well, there's 4 of us.
The Anarch Movement, the loosely organized sect of political outsiders opposing the modern Camarilla-dominated... Oh, wait, that's right. Sorry, gotta read it in, Julie voice. The Anarch Movement, the loosely organized sect of political outsiders opposing the modern Camarilla-dominated paradigm. They seek to end the tyranny of the elders, but from what I've seen in New York City, they've just replaced one hierarchy with another, more loosely defined one.
Baron. A powerful anarch, basically a warlord. Barons are often up-jumped licks who have strong-armed their way into control over a building or even a city block. In NYC, especially in Douglas Callahan's case, it often seems suspiciously like a form of traditional governance to me.
Ah. Okay. The traditions. The six traditions form the basis of modern kindred law. The first tradition is masquerade. Thou shalt not reveal thy true nature. Don't let anybody figure out you're a vampire. Considered the most important of the bunch, but it's loosely interpreted pretty often. The second tradition is domain. Thy domain is thine own concern. All others owe thee respect while in it. I'm too much of a nobody to own a domain, so this one doesn't apply to me. The third tradition is progeny. Thou shalt only sire another with the permission of thine elder. Basically birth control, but for vampires. No new bloodsuckers unless somebody, usually the prince, agrees to it. The fourth tradition is accounting. Those thou create are thine own children. Their sins are thine to endure. If I fuck up real bad, Karen should face some consequences. In theory. The fifth tradition is hospitality. Honor one another's domain. Without the word of acceptance, thou art nothing. In NYC, this is usually understood as don't hunt on somebody else's turf. But in a city that houses over 8 million mortals, enforcement of this one is pretty lax. The sixth tradition concerns destruction. Thou art forbidden to destroy another of thy kind. The right of destruction belongeth only to thine elder. You don't get to kill a vampire until the prince gives you the go-ahead. Sheriff, Kadir has the implicit go-ahead.
The hunger. The vampire's urge to feed. It overpowers all other needs, and trying to ignore it is said to be the easiest way to prime the beast. The dark, always blood-hungry passenger that accompanies every vampire's unlife for a hostile takeover.
Now I will disappear. Apologies. Goodbye.
I love that he could have done that as soon as he finished reading his, and like definitely could have gotten water while Ileana was reading the traditions, but he wanted to be respectful and listen to all of our time. Anyways,
We love a
He's so
dictionary.
sweet.
he loves the dictionary. We all love the dictionary. Chat, who up? I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
Who
To
up
be
digging
fair,
their
of any of us who would
dairy?
love... To be fair, of any of us that would love reading the dictionary here, it would be Will.
It would be Will.
Anyway, I will also go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I kind of also gotta piss, but I will wait.
I was gonna say, I'm like, go ahead.
Why?
Go ahead. These assholes are stuck with me now.
That's true.
This
Okay,
is my
well,
stream
assholes,
now.
enjoy
Leave.
my wife.
Don't say it like that, Jesus. Hi world. It's me. Yay. I should have also got more water. I can go next, and that's fine. Is everyone having a good evening? Yippee! Yay! I started playing Bloodlines, the first one, literally last night and a little bit today. I have not gotten very far. I knew that Malkavian, who is my baby girl clan, I knew they had some funny shit. I didn't realize it changes all of the dialogue in the game. So that was a really fun, pleasant surprise. I am totally not banking some of these lines to be used later because they are really well written. This shit's funny as hell. So that's been cool. That's been good. I've already gotten funny interactions. I look forward to playing more this week because this week is going to be very long. My boss is on a trip, so I get to be the boss and go into the office all week, and that makes for a very grumpy mod. So, oh well, I will be chill. It'll be fine. Yeah, no, meeting Jeanette and immediately being like, ah, daughter of Janice. I know you. I see you. Fucking great way to start. Knowing the twist, great way to start. Oh, I hear my wife upstairs. She is meandering.
I've returned.
Welcome back.
I'm now realizing that Discord filters out these sounds so you aren't hearing me do heavy breathing directly into the microphone, but chat most certainly is.
Oh, great.
Well, chat, I hope you enjoyed my small bout of pug breathing.
I will get my water now that we have multiple people back.
Go beverage, bitch. Will, I would like to apologize for Thomas Arturo. I will probably rein the bit in slightly next time we see him, simply because I don't
You're
think...
fine.
I can't... Like, past a certain point, the bit will be killed, but I do think... I think we only went overboard a little bit.
He should talk like that only around Julia, just to confuse her. No one else knows why he's acting like that either.
So I think the thing is, he's doing an the Emperor Has No Clothes bit, where he knows that he's the most important man in the room, even if no one else knows that, so he just wants to get away with whatever the fuck he's doing. He wants to be a silly little freak because the prince is his blood puppet.
And he lost his other puppet.
I was going to say I half assumed
the
that he got
prince.
I half assumed he got Callahan killed on his own. I thought that was the goal.
He kept
It's
he kept his
it's
puppet.
possible.
He lost his puppet.
Please bring me my blood blankie, Julia Soboinky.
What?
Vamp Queen, it's always better to rule from behind the throne. This is known.
I need to rest, but what if I want to hang out with Logan Paul?
Nah, fuck that guy.
What?
But what if I want to hang out with Logan Paul?
I
Not
don't
blonde
understand
enough.
what this means.
This guy kind of looks like Logan Paul. He's got his facial hair and his
No,
his hair
he
texture.
doesn't.
Hey,
Not blonde enough.
He looks like a white guy.
Turtle, this is my stream. This is
And
my rule is law. Unless you're trying to engage in sedition? Are you trying
It's
to...
you versus 2 mods and God. What is wrong with you?
but remember, everything mine.
But who mods the mods?
Everything hers.
Everything mine.
You have received
Oh
your
boy,
first
tutorial.
trait. Some choices in the game will push Julia towards different ways of thinking, which will have a lasting effect on her throughout the story. You will see a brief pop-up in the top of the screen anytime you receive a new trait. You can always view any unlocked traits in the log screen accessible through the top left icon. Oh. Interesting. Remember that ruthlessness is the mark of a true Lasombra, but you might walk another path before reaching that destination. Chat. Chat, look at me, look me in the eyes.
Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down.
No, get louder, get rowdier. Chat. You know me, I know
Dismisses
you.
ads.
I'm your mother.
I see.
Chat, I'm your mother. And
Mhm.
God do I love women. Chat, and you believe me. You understand?
I thought
went
I
to
was
ads.
safe to get up and get a snack, but evidently not.
You can get a snack. Here, get a snack.
She said
Nope.
tomorrow.
I'm that tomorrow. Always told you you'd make it big.
Get real. These assholes are just using me as a pawn in some stupid fourth dimensional chess game.
As opposed to just keeping you off the chessboard. Don't be a glass half empty buzzkill. Watch them make me Oh, that's you. I can't read.
Watch them make me a scapegoat or something.
That would be exciting. I could write a book about living with a 21st century Lee Harvey Oswald.
Come on. Don't even joke like that. I haven't killed anyone.
Julia, honey, neither did Oswald.
Yeah. Right. I keep forgetting.
Will Will, is she slash G or is she slash J?
I won't tell you.
Will,
Oh.
I am your mother. You're in chat right now, which means I am your mother.
This-
Is she slash G or is she slash J?
Hey. Believe it or not,
Even-
this conversation keeps going and she might answer your question.
You know, even our loved ones can have flaws.
Stop wriggling or I'll mess your face up.
Sorry. I'm always obedient when she's busy working on my makeup. It's hard to take care of your appearance, especially your face, when you can't even see yourself in the mirror. Not that I've ever been particularly good to look at, but Dakota doesn't seem to mind. I'm her goth dress-up doll. Her presence in my unlife is one of the few good things that my sire provided for me before fucking off to Chicago. Normally, I'd be told to find myself a ghoul, but many of our clan, myself included, finds the idea of ghouls distasteful. We're cat people, not dog people. We don't want mindlessly faithful servants. We want companions who rely on us, despite having, in theory anyway, the free will not to. The kind of relationship I have with Dakota would normally be a breach of the Masquerade's rules, but the rules are different for kindred who are Camarilla adjacent, even losers like me. Simplifying here, but my sire made it clear that her child would not own slaves, and that was the end of the discussion. To be honest, I think the court mostly agreed to that request because they wanted one more thing to blackmail me with, just in case. What would you do in my place?
Turtle, if you want an answer to that question, you should watch the video on ghouls I sent you. Maybe I sent that to you for a reason. Heart.
If I had to investigate your elite's if I had to investigate your elite's wrongdoings,
Yeah.
I'd probably look for those rich fucks pedophile rings. Look for the assholes who mention pizza suspiciously often. See who has powerful friends in Manhattan jails. Stuff like that.
Oh, come on.
Nah, I'm serious. Search for the deep rot, and a lot of smaller crimes will get solved in the process.
What is it with you and conspiracy theories?
What do you mean? You just told me your bosses are having eyes wide shut parties, and suddenly you don't believe in rich people's pedophile rings?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I want to know. My point is, you act as if all the conspiracy theories are real. Like, you can't possibly believe all that shit. Half of it doesn't make any sense.
Well, you want an interesting answer or a real answer?
The real answer should be the more interesting one. She removes her brush from my face to gather her thoughts.
Everyone's lost nowadays. Just look at the world. It's drowning in facts that fail to cohere into a single convincing narrative or a story that resonates. The corporate media wants you to believe in empirical thinking, but it always fails to deliver moral or metaphysical truths, and the people desperately lack those. So what do? They turn to conspiracists, and suddenly they're able to navigate the world. And why is that? Because conspiracy theories give them emotional truths that serve as a compass. Is Bill Gates trying to insert satanic microchips into my body? Probably not. I hope not. Now, is he a terrible person? No idea, but there's ample evidence that might be the case. It's in his ruthless business strategies, the company he used to keep, the philosophies he follows. People look at him and they feel he's fishy. So when the media present him as a genius or a savior, and I post that he wants to put the mark of the beast in my body, they choose to believe me. Because it makes moral, emotional, and metaphysical sense to them. And ultimately, that's what matters most. The end.
I don't know if I want to engage with the contents of this rant too deeply. You came up with this monologue yourself?
Oh, no, I read it on Facebook.
Oh, figures.
The only thing unrealistic about this game is not the secret society of supernatural millennia-old vampires. It's that a beautiful 20-something white woman is using Facebook in 2020.
Yeah.
I tried to add more adjectives. I don't know what her being white has to do with any of this.
This is about the third Dakota red flag that you should have picked up on by now, by the way.
Oh, yeah, no, what do you mean? I thought it was totally fine when she was taking DMT to help her vampire girlfriend get high.
It was MDMA, thank you.
Sorry, MDMA.
Well, that's just a thing you do.
But she also has ketamine that's available to her because Julia thought that that was the first thing.
Yeah, it was just in the
Yeah?
other drawer.
Sometimes you
Wrong
have to
drawer.
freeball your treatment-resistant depression therapy.
But just to make sure, vaccines are okay?
Well, as far as I know, they don't cause autism.
Good to hear.
Anywho, I'm done.
You're the best.
Yeah, considering how many times I've done makeup on a dead body, I probably have enough job experience to be a mortician by now.
Now that sounds like an exciting career. But in reality, it is probably the most boring thing under the sun.
Yeah, I like my corpses talkative, pouty, and self-loathing.
Shut up. This carcass will be leaving now. It's got a job to do.
Go get him, Tiger.
First thing I need to do. Meet up with Kadir tonight and report to him. I hope he knows how to guide me out of this mess. He should have time for me in an hour or two. In the meantime, I suppose it's time to find some... What's the most dehumanizing word I could use here? Nourishment? Kadir told me I need to quench my hunger less often if I didn't smoke. It kills you, he said. But to start killing itself, your organism must pretend it's alive, and that uses up precious vitae.
Is that real?
Yeah.
I don't,
But I love cigarettes. The way they smell, the way they burn, the hot ash falling from the top, the sound of the lighter. The way they kill you, of course. And I guess I need some tactile connection to who I was back when I was alive. Okay, New York City. Guide my steps. Show me which one of your children I should drink up tonight.
Oh, you
So-
look familiar.
We could go see Julie.
The kiddo!
There's this fucker. And then I believe that is the shady reporter.
Oh.
Wait, was that the guy who tried to give us
Um,
weird blood when we were helping out Hope?
That's the guy who tried to give us weird blood when we were helping out Hope as XXX Becky
Oh.
XXX. So
6X is because
ooh.
she's the only thing more hardcore than sex, a gamer.
I mean, so help me.
You get to choose, Will.
I do get to choose, and I hate that I have to choose. So Julie and the reporter are basically just things that Julia was thinking she might get up to. The guy in the middle, Samira asks her to deal with. If you read Samira is asking me to meet her, if not for the ongoing celebrations, the patrician would prove an odd choice for a secret rendezvous. Here's hoping she can provide some useful insight into the case. So, See, I've done all three of these at one point or another. I'm trying to think about what's actually most interesting. What's actually interesting for Julia as a character. Let's do the middle one. Yeah, slap on the wrist.
Will?
A clean-cut staff member. Yes. Hi.
There was a long pause, so I was like, hey, sometimes I forget that I have to do the narration.
No, it's okay. A clean-cut staff member dressed in an impeccable company uniform smiles at me as the elevator door opens.
Does the concierge come up again?
No.
Good evening, ma'am. Meeting someone.
I dismiss his question with an apathetic shrug. He sizes me up for a brief moment, visibly questioning my fashion sense. However, his professional acumen quickly trumps his discontent.
I like that voice, not that much. Very well. This way, please.
NYC's nouveau riche seem awfully hungry for gourmet soup this late at night. The patrician is packed almost to the brim. The concierge points me over to the last vacant table, conveniently situated in the far-off corner of the main hall. I nestle in the chair, letting my elbows rest on the ornate tablecloth. Watch out, oblivious white collars. There's a black widow in your midst. Well, I'm here. Might as well just kick back and die of boredom. Yeah. I really, really need something to occupy my mind. Just start smoking in a restaurant. No. Actually, fuck yeah. Just start smoking in the restaurant. The pretentious atmosphere gradually begins to creep under my skin, straining my mind and dulling my awareness. I take a peek into my trusty medicine pack. 2 cancer sticks left. I casually light one, paying no mind to the scornful looks of nearby patrons. The aura enveloping this place is suffocating. Everyone here seems so incredibly toffee-nosed, as if they were destined for greatness by sheer virtue of their birth. Airs and graces everywhere you look. An adorned hamster cage where everyone is trying either to suck up to their betters or get their asses kissed by overeager underlings. The fact that I find this so pathetic is probably part of the reason why I never amounted to anything. C'est la vie. As I take another whiff, I notice a well-groomed staff member, the manager, I guess, gazing at me from behind his horn rims. He's competent enough to keep up appearances, but I can tell he's on the warpath.
But can I tell he's on a warpath?
I corrected the typo.
I know you did. I was just
in
reading it.
post.
No, I was just reading it because I thought it was funny.
Eyeball him until he yields. There's something about this guy that rubs me the wrong way. I nonchalantly exhale clouds of smoke and return his menacing look. He just turns his back on me as if nothing happened. As I continue to scan my surroundings, I notice the concierge answering a phone call and frantically jotting down a note. Good. Get back to work, buddy. Just as the thought of leaving crosses my mind, he glances at me briefly before hanging up. The concierge quickly closes in on me, dancing habitually between the tables, and addresses me before I can even utter a single word.
Excuse me, ma'am. Are you Miss Svinsky by chance?
As soon as I nod, he hands me a carefully folded memo and leaves. For how quickly he scribbled it down, the note is impeccably calligraphied. It reads,
I assume Ileana reads this? That's Samira?
This is from Samira, so yeah.
Manager of this establishment insulted the Camaria's authority with his negligence. Even though it's minor, his transgression must be penalized. I would like you to assist me in this matter. Such a display of goodwill on your part would surely improve your standing with the higher-ups. Choose an appropriate, non-lethal punishment. S.
Well, this is disappointing. It was a high order to expect any help with the investigation, I guess. Instead, just another chore. The best I can hope for is that this really is just a friendly request and not a deliberate attempt to derail my work this early in the game. Ugh. Damn it. Might as well get it done, since I'm already here, so I can move on with more pressing stuff. I swiftly approach the manager and tap him on the shoulder. He furrows his brow as soon as he notices me.
Turtle, you want to be this freak?
I'm afraid I'm busy. One of the waiting staff should be able to.
We have something to discuss. The VIP lounge. Now, if you please. His face loses color. Maybe it's dawned on him that I'm even paler than the other, more blue-blooded guests. He immediately becomes compliant as I escort him through a side door. The room isn't empty, but its guests are just leaving. Nobody pays me any attention. The manager is as polite as he can be as he sees the patrons out, but I can see he's clearly losing his shit. He quietly asks one of his staff to give him 5 minutes in the lounge and gingerly closes the doors behind him. Then, the pleading starts.
Listen, I know I screwed up. I shouldn't have let him in. How could I know he's not one of the proper clients?
I don't give a... Hey! Listen!
I would never. I implore you. I have children, for Christ's sake. There must be something, an arrangement, a way to...
He just goes on as if I'm not even here. With each subsequent whimper, he becomes more and more irritating.
Where?
put a poll in chat.
Nope.
No. No, fuck this guy. Lash out.
Yeah.
I've had enough of this bullshit. I grab him by the back of his head and smash it down into the bar. Then throw him on the small but stout coffee table nearby. I take out a soup ladle from the fancy kettle it was served in and just smack the guy around. It doesn't look nice and lasts way longer than it needs to. With every hit, his whimpers grow quieter. I only come to my senses once he chokes out a sob. I look down at him just lying there and wheezing after the unjust thrashing. I throw away the bloodied utensil and get out of there as fast as I can. I don't really know what happened to me back there. I acted on instinct. Karen warned me that something in our bloodline finds sniveling weaklings detestable. Is that what triggered me? Well, this is something to worry about in the future, but no use dwelling on it for now. I did what I was asked, and I've sure as hell wasted enough time here. That's all, folks.
That was a lot faster than I thought it'd be.
Yeah, we gotta have a conversation with Kadir.
Doesn't
Oh,
seem
we
like
get to do two. Fuck!
Choice, William. The choice is yours.
Let's go see the reporter then, because I think that's also fun. Honestly, sweeping through Evergreen Cemetery in search of Nigel Woods was the last thing I expected to be doing tonight. And yet, here I am. The past refuses to let me out of its grip, even for a few days. Hell, a black limo almost ran me over on my way here. I just can't catch a break, can I? It takes me less than a minute to find Nigel. He's standing next to the gravestone of John Bunny, one of the most famous actors of the 1910s. Why there exactly? Well, the man is paranoid, which is why we were forced to come up with such an unpredictable method of choosing rendezvous points. It had to be ambiguous enough to seem incidental to a casual onlooker, but reasonably uncomplicated so that this dumbass couldn't mess it up. So, we decided on silent film actors.
Oops, shit, sorry.
Whenever he wanted to meet, he left me a note with an obscure movie title. Then, I only had to look up who starred in it and make my way to their final resting place. Yeah, maybe it feels somewhat goofy and unnecessary, but it's also been fun. And ridiculing Woods for his paranoia would be a classic case of the pot calling the kettle black. There he is, idling away his time on his smartphone, rapidly swiping left with noticeably increasing frustration. Too many girls who actually know what they want from life in a row, Nigel? Don't worry, I'm definitely not that type. When he sees me, he reacts as if he's just seen a ghost. A regular comedian. The man halts a few feet away from me and crosses his arms, giving me a dirty look.
What the hell are you up to these days, Savinsky? Too busy for your old pal? You never write, you never call.
He puts on this completely unconvincing frown, but quickly loses it, bursting into sincere laughter.
Shit, Jules, not gonna lie, it's good to see you. Looking good, gal. I mean, You're still doom and gloom and even paler than usual, but I always had a soft spot for your bony ass. Come here, give your uncle a hug.
Give him the look. I've worked with Nigel long enough for us to settle on some basic nonverbal signals for improved communication, by which I mean signaling him to get his shit together. I am surprised to find that it's still an instinctual thing, as if my mortal body adapted to it so well in the past that it reacts the same way even now that it's dead.
Alright. I get it. I think we used to.
Cut to the chase, Woods. This wasn't a social invitation, and I have only so much patience for your innuendos. What do you want?
Still quick to get right to the point, huh? Very well. I've been trying to put together a piece on some particularly unseemly business in the deep web. One of my plugs pointed me in the direction of Double Spiral. Saying that...
Double Spiral. Am I even surprised that name keeps coming up again and again? It still kind of haunts me. Of course, I made sure it would. I still keep tabs on Montgomery from time to time, constantly reliving those 16 months I slaved away for nothing. It might have been just another part of Karen's hazing ritual, but I have a feeling that even if that wasn't the case, Brian would still be told to kill the story.
Some dirt on this internet whiz goes by the name of Hope. She supposedly has had some close dealings with the Montgomery clan. Ever heard of her?
Not an expert on the concept. Can't say I'm familiar with the person in question either. I'm lying, of course. Feigning apathy. The name strikes a chord, being one of the 4 jotted down on Callahan's list. Coincidence? Kadir insisted I shouldn't believe in those.
As far as I can tell, she's mostly involved in some kinky porno stuff involving scopophilia, body maiming, lots of blood. Shit's borderline a cult. The cover's blown, though. I think someone's after me. Still, I've got a few useful leads, which I'd happily exchange for some Benjamins before I go AWOL. Interested?
Knowing him, those few leads are completely worthless. But with his luck, he really might have strayed into dangerous waters. What's useless to him might prove useful to me. If I play along, he won't even know I'm no longer in this line of work. Did you expect me to buy your intel sight unseen? No dice, Nigel. Break it down for me. I won't screw you over. You know me better than that. He sighs audibly, sizing me up and down. After a brief moment, he raises his voice again.
Alright, what do you want to know?
Everything. Whatever your porn-addicted ass considers to be of value. Nigel closes his eyes, pondering where to begin.
Now, this might sound complicated, so I can send you some helpful YouTube videos later. But, here we go.
For the next few minutes, Nigel explains his findings while desperately trying, and mostly failing, to make them sound like something more than dumb urban legends. Among the many threads, he mentions blood trafficking, secret turf wars, a coven of Masonic lodge types, the biblical flood, and businessmen consorting with the devil in search of immortality. To common ears, all of this would probably sound like some bozole conspiracy theory. But from what I can gather, he's flying dangerously close to the sun.
Chat, can someone Google Bozal? What the fuck is that?
No idea. At the moment, he doesn't know jack shit and has no proof of anything, meaning he doesn't pose any real danger to the masquerade. But his conviction in following every possible lead was what made me work with him in the first place. God damn it. I'm not sure if I can just let him go. You know, Nigel, I actually watched our friend John Bunny here portray a reporter in one of his silent pictures. In the film, he disguised himself as a woman and infiltrated a secret suffrage meeting. Of course, he fucked it all up and got chased up a tree by an angry, axe-wielding liberationist. This kind of journalism makes infinitely more sense than the bullshit you're spouting right now. Sorry.
I know how it sounds, Jules, but I have this itch in the back of my head telling me there's more to it than it seems. And you know my sixth sense hardly ever fails me.
I think it's horseshit, and I'll leave it at that. So, what about that Hope girl? Got something worth pursuing?
Maybe. She's an enigma. Total fucking mystery. The only thing I'm certain of is that she exists and enjoys streaming for an exclusive audience.
Twitch.tv/Mayflowers429.
Supposedly, she's into cryptocurrencies. You know, those Bitcoin things. I could never make any sense of it. It's a scramble, I know, but I promise you that somewhere within lies a juicy story for someone like you to pursue. Hell, I have a hunch that if we join forces, we might really hit it big this time. Thoughts?
This poor idiot. This intel of his sounds like a cheap pulp novel. No one in their right mind is going to pay a dime for it. It'll ruin his credibility, if he still has any. If he persists in spreading this bullshit, it'll probably completely neuter his ability to harm us eventually. But if the Ivory Tower gets wind of his activities, Kadir is going to get involved. He's going to ask questions, and the answers will get both me and Nigel in trouble.
You're awfully quiet, Jules. Speak up. You're creeping me out.
Dominate. I'm sorry, Nigel. Just a bit, but still.
What?
He freezes in place as I gaze into his eyes. There is no blood trafficking or secret turf wars going on in New York City. You have nothing on Double Spiral, and there is no hope. You made all of it up. The idea you have instead is a nonfiction book about toxic masculinity. You're going to do your research, and you're going to pitch the book to everyone as a real expert on the subject. He stands there, completely perplexed, suppressing layers of rewritten memories. With his mouth wide open, stuck in a bizarre pose, he looks like a total goofball. I can't help but snort. John Bunny wouldn't compare, especially if our guy really follows his programming and a comedy of errors ensues. He's going to recover in a couple of minutes, but I'm not sticking around. This trick has taken its toll on me. I can only keep my fingers crossed that it sticks. Best to bury the memory of this meeting along with the rest of my past. All right. It's about time I had to seek a deer. Mighty kind of him to arrange a meeting in the place that's most convenient for me.
Oh. D'Angelo, Hope, Tamika, and Agathon. I suppose that's better than nothing, but no evidence. Really.
Honestly, it felt as if someone had already cleaned up the most egregious stuff before I arrived.
Sounds like the Anarchs.
I'll definitely try to check that place again, but I feel I'd need some sort of expert to accompany me, an advanced investigator who would show me the ropes. Someone tall and handsome, maybe?
Yeah. If you don't mind a diplomatic incident, I'll go with you.
Any better ideas?
Actually, this very note gave me one, but I will need to set it up first. I will get back to you about that.
You know these people?
I've had passing contact with each of them. Part and parcel of the job, you know.
I suppose. Can you help me out with this?
The way I'd tackle it would be, look at one person on the list every night, ask around about them, and see what they know if you do manage to meet them.
If I manage to meet them.
They're not particularly easy to get a hold of. Always preferred to be a little off the grid, but nowadays they're all practically in hiding, if not MIA or dead.
Funny coincidence?
It's not my job to speculate.
In other words, he knows something, but is not at liberty to say. Guess I'll find out anyway, if I do meet them. And why one each night? Shouldn't I investigate every loose thread until we're satisfied?
Game balance, Julia. Be patient. In a perfect
Pacing,
world,
Julia.
narrative structure. In a perfect world, you'd have all the time you needed. But this is not a perfect world. They'll try to brute force a solution to the case as soon as possible. I suspect that 4 nights from now, once the celebrations of power are over, the words are really fucking hard. I suspect that 4 nights from now, once the celebrations of power are over, they'll ask you for your findings, and that will be all.
Fucked up.
To be brutally honest, my focus wouldn't be on solving the murder. Instead, I'd focus on not embarrassing yourself.
Fucked up.
This is part of why I didn't want you to get involved. You couldn't possibly think Arturo had you involved out of the goodness of his heart. The entirety of your investigation is just for show. You were meant to be an unwitting actor.
Maybe I really should just call Mia and be like, you know what? Fuck these condescending ivory tower clowns. I want to work with you. But then again, if I was with the Anarchs, they'd probably delegate even shittier tasks to me. If, and that's a really big if, they didn't think I was some kind of inside agent in the first place. Better stick to the Camarilla. But if they're hellbent on stabbing me in the back at every opportunity, maybe it's time to think about how I can repay the favor. Play dirty, no matter what Kadir thinks of it. After all, from where I'm standing now, there's no other way but up.
A penny for your thoughts.
I take a drag from my cigarette. That's just the Camarilla. After the last few months of hazing, I didn't expect a random act of kindness. This kind of bullshit is, well, just how the Camarilla works, isn't it?
More often than it's necessary, I'd say. But this time it's a risky play. In my experience, if one simply displays some cunning, they can unexpectedly turn a situation like this to their advantage. The court, part of the court, assumes that you're unable to surprise them in this regard. But if you do, by the end of this investigation, you might as well pull yourself out of the ditch you're in.
That would be a night to remember. So, where should I go first?
You should go with me. As it happens, I'm only out here because I was ordered to drive Aisling to the art hall. And guess the name of her protege.
Oh. So that's who Agathon is.
Or was. Nobody knows. It's a complicated thing. You'll see. I'm on the clock, so let's get a move on.
Work your magic, fairy godmother.
So that's just... I'm glad to see that's just a persistent bit for the rest of the game now.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm so glad that this follows through.
Speaking of,
That's so great.
Still not done with this bit.
not while it's still bothering you.
I'm leaving you behind if you don't keep up.
I love how Julie is just his shitty kid now.
Because, like, even
Yeah.
though the Camarilla treats Julie as their shitbird, she is still well aware that they kind of can't fuck with her unless she does something properly wrong. So she's enjoying her little rebellions. Because, like, they can't just, like, make an example out of her because then they'll piss off Clan Lasombra, like, seemingly unprovoked.
Yeah.
I just love that it's Kadir specifically who seems to be quote unquote responsible for her.
Well, I mean,
People-
I'm a deputy.
Kadir's
Yeah.
baby girl.
He keeps getting saddled with fledglings
yeah.
whose sires just fuck off.
She doesn't have a title, but like technically speaking, Julia should be a deputy under Kadir.
Deputy Primogen.
Yeah.
I'm queen of the deputies, baby. As I already said to Kadir, and numerous times at that, I have no idea what happened with Agathon.
The Broadway Chantry, part of the Chantry of the Five Boroughs, is Ashling's usual hangout place these past few nights. She's in a hurry and not willing to talk. Do you have any idea about his connection to kindred going by the names of Tamika, D'Angelo, and Hope?
I don't. I made it a point to keep our relationship strictly professional. To keep our relationship strictly.
A strictly professional one. Typo.
Number 2, baby! I made it a point to keep our relationship strictly a professional one and never meddled in his personal affairs. Unless they influenced our work, that is. But it only happened one time.
Ah, yes. The infamous Juno case.
Were there any signs he's leaving? Were there any signs he's leaving? Or anything that makes his disappearance suspicious?
No, nothing. It was quite rude of him not to give me a proper warning before he departed. Still, this line of work is not particularly favored by folks with a perfect grasp of savoir-vivre.
Schwa de vivre.
Savoir-vivre?
It's
Schwa de vivre.
Schwa de vivre.
Where's the H? Schwa de vivre.
I mean, why
I-
is her name Aisling? Because it's a different language, baby. Schwa de vivre.
Okay. I do hope his search will bring him right back where he started. begging me to take him back. I'm just gonna take that from the top. I do hope his search will bring him back where he started, begging me to take him back in. The boy is talented, and I did put a lot of time into mentoring him. If he doesn't, well, que sera, sera. No skin off my back.
So you won't even entertain the possibility that he found himself in harm's way?
I know an answer to that one. A researcher's mindset. She doesn't think it's worth considering the worst case scenario seriously and just takes things as they come.
Precisely. If, for example, climate change scientists didn't operate this way, most would have put a bullet in their own head long ago.
That's a cheery thought. I'd like to search the Chantry for Agathon's whereabouts.
Our good sheriff already did that long ago. You'd just be wasting your time. And ours, for that matter. Didn't you say Helen was waiting for us, Kadir?
Give the girl 15 minutes, Aisling. A minimal support for an ongoing investigation. And besides, she has a proclivity for finding things everyone else has overlooked. I'll assume you made a
10 minutes.
Didn't get picked up.
I did. The microphone's not going to pick me up. 10 minutes. And if you attempt to pass this door or that one up there, I can guarantee you'll walk out of here. I can't guarantee you'll walk out of here alive.
Thank you very much, High Regent.
Just get on with it.
My time here is practically up, and I've found nothing of use. It seems Agathon was completely dedicated to his work. Even his personal quarters are as barren as it gets. No personal touch whatsoever. Nothing I could go by. It's all research, research, research. He seems like such a bore. Focus, Julia. What would you do if you were a warlock workaholic? Where would you leave clues to your whereabouts? What would you do if you found yourself in mortal danger and wanted Dakota to know? It's loose. Was that? Yeah. It was facing this way, huh? I approached the place where I saw the shadowy silhouette appear. It's a brick wall, and one of the bricks is loose. Kadir and Aisling are in another room right now, still discussing the party.
It's not that bad. You ought to learn how to find humor in the little things.
It's the meaning, Sheriff. That's all there is to it.
It's time. I work the brick loose until I can grip it. Then I tug. I tug it as silently as possible, revealing a hole in the wall. Inside, there's a book. I browse through it quickly. Agathon's diary. That's a bingo.
Your 10 minutes are up. So are your 15 minutes, in fact. Are you done here?
If I could just get 5 more minutes, I still feel like I could stumble upon something here if I just look a little more.
No way, Julia. Time to go.
Fine. I put the brick back and take the diary with me. It did look like Agathon left it so that someone in the Chantry could find it, presumably the High Regent. But my investigation takes priority for now. I bid Kadir and Aisling adieu and start looking for a secluded place to read the diary. This place right here should be secluded enough for me to browse through the diary in peace. I start quickly skimming the book, singling out sentences and paragraphs that look interesting.
Damn it, I'm sorry.
Trying to get a general idea of what kind of person Agathon was. Or is, I hope. The more I read, the clearer the image of the person becomes. He's been working under the High Regent for 15 years. There's an underlying shame in the way he talks about Tremere magic. He always describes himself as too slow on the uptake, too late to learn something, too much of an amateur. He was really into tying his self-worth to his wisdom. The entries, beginning in 2012, are terrifyingly regular. The handwriting is extraordinarily neat. The author's absolute dedication to his studies is palpable. If there's anything to his unlife beside work, it's his relationships with 3 important women he holds dear. The first is his master, Aisling Sturbridge, whom he reveres for her knowledge, stoicism, and willingness to experiment. I was hoping to find some details about her secretive work here, but no dice. Looks like he was willing to risk something, Looks like he was willing to risk someone finding all about his inner life, but not anything that could harm her studies. A good pupil, serving a good mentor. I'm jealous. The second is another warlock, his ex-lover, Juno, whom he feels guilty about. They had a conflict in which Aisling was involved. Having to choose between the two, he chose Aisling. According to Agathon, there was never real love between him and Juno. First, it was just shared interests, then a growing disconnect, and ultimately, guilt, which made him feel responsible for her. But maybe it's just excuses. He strikes me as the kind of person who spends most of his time inside his head. Doesn't sound like someone you could have a fulfilling romance with. Don't dwell on it. I know what you're doing, Julia, but this is not a rabbit hole you'd want to be stuck in right now. Keep reading. Anyway, last but not least, Agathon's mortal grandmother, Sylvia. She's the light of his life, and the person who took care of him after his parents died in a ritual murder. Not quite what I expected. Her family used to serve a cruel vampire in Mexico City, and it was retribution for their escape. She was the lead Tremere used to track him down, actually.
Fun fact, Mexico is like Sabbat territory. Capital S, capital T, Sabbat territory. You want to play a North America Sabbat game? You're Viva la Mexico, baby.
Viva la Mexico. He was keeping her alive for a long time, but a few months ago her heart gave up. Agathon blamed his insufficient skills, the kind of man who carries the entire world on his shoulders. Left alone with Aisling, he drowned himself in work and eventually burned out. But it doesn't sound like Sylvia's death was the only event that triggered his depression spiral. There was some kind of incident back in 2019. He doesn't cite specifics. Another thing he was worried about writing down? It's all vague mentions of a person who made him fly too close to the sun. Whatever happened, it had the same effect as his grandma's death. New York stopped feeling like a home to him. It became alien, empty, grotesque, his words. I checked the first page. There's a recent photograph of him glued to the inner side of the cover. He's facing away from the camera, only showing his profile, and striking a rather dramatic pose. At first, it looks kind of poserish to me. However, upon closer inspection, it seems like a goodbye photo. The final melancholic glance he throws in your direction before disappearing for good. There's also a single black feather. No idea what it means. Something's written next to the photograph with a lot of flourish. It looks like a poem. More than annoyed, sad. More than sad, unhappy. More than unhappy, suffering. More than suffering, abandoned. More than abandoned, alone in the world. More than alone, exiled. More than exiled, dead. More than dead, forgotten. The Sedative, 1917, by Marie Laurencin. Looks like he wrote it down recently. It might have resonated with his emotional state over the past few months. Most importantly, it seems to confirm his intent with this diary to me. The general idea seems to be his research will outlive him, so he doesn't even detail it. Still, he wanted some kind of tangible memory of who he was left for posterity. But that's not all. There's still a mystery to be solved. Quite a few of the pages toward the end are missing, but it doesn't look like they were necessarily removed to redact information. They were torn off in a way that makes it clear the paper wasn't ever used. What's more, the preceding pages are empty as well. Could it be that... That's when it happens again. I notice a bizarre shape in my peripheral vision. Bleed. I turn and catch a glimpse as fast as possible, but it's already gone. If my heart could beat faster right now, it would be jumping out of my chest. It's discomforting. I've been seeing these apparitions ever since I turned into this. The worst part is, I feel they were always there, even as a mortal. They were there sometimes in the corner of my eye, disappearing when I tried to look directly at them, making me think it was just my mind playing tricks on me. But when you're part of the Night Clan, there are times they don't disappear. There are times they talk. There are times they try to force you to do their bidding. And worst of all... No. No, I don't want to think about that right now. Still, in my experience, they aren't exactly, I don't know, consciously malevolent. This one in particular was trying to help. I open the book on the first empty page and look around to make sure nobody is staring. Then, I cut myself using a razor I keep in my pocket just in case. It's not a deep slice. I just want to let a droplet of vitae fall onto the page. That's when the letters appear. Look at me. A clown. No longer confident that any of my people can be trusted. I turn to a fucking speck. The Camarilla speck it all.
Reserved contempt.
What are you whinging for, boy? Laugh at me. Ridicule is all I deserve. Come on. Don't just stand there like an idiot. You want to say something, say it. What the hell? This is the last thing I expected to happen. This diary is haunted. A series of quickly changing sentences and images composed of shadows and blood give me a window into another reality. It's not an objective view. It's like scattered remnants of emotions, similar to a half-remembered dream full of holes, but an honest expression of one's mind. Might it be interacting with me? It's just a hypothesis, but I don't know why else it would show me Callahan. And was that Ellis Island? Right. This time I don't even look in its direction. The voice makes me feel oddly confident about what I need to do. I pick up the feather that was in the diary and dip it in my vitae. Then I write down. Okay. Whoa. Contempt. Let's try contempt.
So, I guess, like, I was supposed to be Agathon, but we ended up not using him.
Yeah.
You sold your ideals a long time ago, old man. You're a shithead, a coward, a bigot, a failed leader, hated by everyone serving you. Of course I have nothing but contempt for you.
Good. Finally, some honesty. Now we can talk to each other like equals. It doesn't feel like this is the way these events took place. It's more like a way to explore Agathon's emotional truth about the way it all unfolded. In any case, the diary is reacting to me, and some shade of the truth is better than nothing. It's a handy tool, and if I use it right, I might find some clues that could aid me in my investigation. There are a few thoughts floating around in my head, like alien entities trying to make their way out. Is that also an effect of the diary's power? Let's try... death.
Is it fear of death that drove you? I immediately forgot his fucking voice. Is it fear of death that drove you to contact me?
Don't be ridiculous. I've been ready to die since before you even came out of your mama's womb, boy. No, I feel something worse.
So when you heard about their plot,
Yes. I wasn't afraid it would fail and leave me for final death. I was afraid it would succeed. God damn it. What are the two of you talking about? Why did you meet? Explain.
I have shared my intel with you. Is there anything you know that I might need to know?
You've gotten yourself into a giant mess, boy. You think what you know is bad. You don't know the half of it. But if you want to resist, first off, you're going to have to bite the hand that's been feeding you for so long.
Blood running cold.
All the scribblings disappear, and another set starts taking their place. The diary conjures an image of a completely different place. I instantly get a feeling of déjà vu. I process the space differently. The atmosphere is different, more familiar, homely. But this is unmistakably the Tremere Chantry I visited earlier tonight. And standing there is just the person I'd expect. Looks like that's it for my meeting with Callahan. God damn it. But what if the person he was talking about and eliciting a strong emotional reaction from was Aisling? The diary awaits my next command. Why?
High Regent, why?
Why? You can't be serious. These experiments need resources. I wouldn't be able to provide all the needed materials in a reasonable time frame all by myself. It's quid pro quo. And it's not like my research isn't helping all kindred in a fucking run.
I don't feel comfortable being a part of this at all. I always thought we were busy with science, not politics.
These are the words of a child, Agathon. Science has already relied on politics, and politics on science.
Not like this, High Regent.
Don't embarrass me again. Oh, why did
Agathon.
I hallucinated again? Agathon.
Not like this.
Moving scribblings disappear again. I hastily let another drop of blood fall on the page. What appears this time is yet another familiar face.
Ah, yes! Agathon! What is it that you wanted to tell me?
It was definitely what, but okay.
What?
Whoa.
We'll stay simple. Fuck you.
Fuck you. I beg your on.
The heartbeat vanishes.
Yeah, right. As if I could ever gather the courage to say this to your face. But the least I can do is try to stab you in the back.
The diary ends here. I spill a little more vitae onto the page, but it no longer works. I suppose that's it. Still no idea what happened to Agathon. Is he alive? Or is he dead? Hole for the four of us.
No, William. You make the choices.
Shit. I mean, I do want to, because this is another choice that results in Julia getting a trait. So I do want to open this. If anybody has opinions,
Well,
I know what I
didn't
would
get,
choose.
Well, I
personally.
didn't get anyone's opinions when I was making any choices as XXX Becky XXX. Y'all didn't give me nothing.
That's
It's
not
up-
true. That's actually not
Let's
true. You had us
choose.
pick knights.
No, I
Sometimes.
asked and no one gave me input. I would ask permission, like, is it okay if I want to finish up, like, Frenchie? But, like, no. Y'all gave me nothing. You stonewalled me. So this is up to Will.
We answered your questions. I answered your questions. He's dead. Fuck that guy. He's dead. No doubt about it. There are just too many powerful folks involved. And everything I've seen in the diary felt like a noose tightening around his neck. I choose to believe he's dead because that's the most rational thing to do. I suppose Dakota's right. I'm a glass half empty buzzkill.
Glass half empty buzzkill.
In any case, I think it's time to pay a visit to the art hole. I know Arturo tends to leave the Elysium quite often to take in some fresh air and message people on his BlackBerry, though I just wait until I see him. The tactic works. He's surprised to see me.
Miss Sowinski, shouldn't you be busy with your investigation?
I am, actually, which is why I've come to see you.
That's peculiar, because I'm absolutely sure I have nothing to do with this case. Aren't you barking up the wrong tree?
That's what I'm here to find out. I assumed you'd want to see I'm thorough.
Yes, I'm sure I suppose it's commendable. What is it, then?
I have reasons to believe that in the last few months, you, the High Regent Ashley Sturbridge, and her child Agathon were involved in a secretive scheme. His expression changes ever so imperceptibly, but the difference is palpable to me. For the first time ever, he looks at me as a person. Up until now, I was an amusing diversion. Now, I'm something more, and he doesn't like it.
What gave you this idea?
I'm not at liberty to say. If you really want to know, ask the sheriff. Of course. Kadir doesn't know anything, but he's the only one in the court that Arturo has repeatedly failed to influence. He'll think twice before approaching him.
I fail to see how this matter relates to the task at hand.
I have every reason to think Baron Callahan was involved, and that he might have had grounds to fear for his life because of said scheme. He's tense now. Do I have the upper hand?
Miss Sowinski.
Please answer the question.
The delicate matter you are speaking of has absolutely nothing to do with Baron Callahan's grim fate. It's a strictly confidential affair. It wouldn't be wise of you to it would be wise of you to stop pursuing it.
It would be wise of you to fuck off. I can't be an investigator if I'm not allowed to properly investigate.
This matter is unrelated to your work and should be treated as such. I'm 100% convinced Prince Panhard would agree. If you insist on pursuing it further, we can take it up to the Prince and see her stance differs from mine. But I think you aren't as naive as to waste her time this way. And besides, she'd certainly want you present to present the basis for your discovery to the court. Could you handle it?
Sorry. Basid's got me. Basid's got me, like how whatever you did for Court was that one time.
Quirt.
Basid's really got me. Quirt! Okay. Court was so good.
Word. I have no response. God damn it. This is his revenge for invoking Kadir, isn't it?
I thought so.
Is the High Regent inside?
She is, but don't worry, I'll make sure to tell her not to waste your time, Miss Wooby-Dooby-Doo.
So that's how you're gonna play it. You bastard. Well, I guess you win this round. A strategic retreat is my only choice here. I don't have a full deck of cards yet, but just you wait. In a few nights, I'll take my leave then.
Yes, do that. And if I may be so blunt, focus on the investigation avenues that aren't totally imbecilic and suicidal to pursue, miss. I bid you adieu.
Fuck.
Yes,
Yourself
got him.
laugh. You made yourself laugh with that.
I don't know why that one got me. That one finally fucking got me. I had held it
That's lit.
together so well.
You did so good, buddy.
Unfortunately, I had a hard time keeping a straight face at my own stupid, not funny lines, and hearing someone laugh at their own lines, I feel like is the most contagious kind of laughter.
Okay. I curse him out under my breath as he disappears inside the art hole. Guess this avenue really is cut off for me. At least for now. 3 names left on the list. I still have some leads to go by, but for now, it's getting late. I should go to St. Patrick's and file my latest report. When I reach the cathedral, Father Leonard is already there. He's not exactly the most punctual person, so I always feel relieved to see him from afar. Time to move in and move out before I'm noticed by Benoit.
Will this be all?
I guess so. I rattled off most of it in a hurry on my way here. I'll come up with a more exhaustive report tomorrow night.
Busy?
It looks that way for there. Our wayward girl has finally been recognized by her superiors.
Here we go again. Of course he had to sneak up on me. Even if you heard about that, if even you heard about that, I guess that means every single kindred in the 5 boroughs knows.
I know you're an expert when it comes to knowing who's saying what and where, but the last time we met, you promised to share that knowledge with me.
Yeah, I was kind of lying.
That's the 9th commandment broken for there. Shouldn't you scold her?
Don't involve me in your silly games, Benoit. The way you fall for obvious lies stems from your biggest failing in communication.
And that is?
You only pay attention to the what that's being said, and not the how.
That's...
Booyah, motherfucker. Suck it. Annihilated with an absolutely flawless diagnosis. Thank you, Father.
Child, don't make me regret siding with you.
I'm sorry, Father. Won't happen again. Especially if you promise to keep verbally destroying this clown.
You're in a strange mood tonight, child. Go get some sleep.
Yes, we'll continue this tomorrow.
I'm not showing up here tomorrow.
Yes, you are. Stop breaking the 9th commandment.
See you around, Julia.
He says my name in a sickly sweet way that gives me the creeps. I bow to Father Leonard, do my best to ignore Benoit, and head for Dakota's place. Finally, my haven.
Dialogue box, because we definitely forgot until like the 5th night in the game to mention what a haven is. So we've got to ham fist that blue text in there somehow, baby.
Hey.
Hey,
Another tough night?
you don't know the half of it.
You want a drink?
She points to her neck. I manage to summon a faint smile. I'd love to, but you know we can't do this too often. Maybe tomorrow.
You want to talk then?
Yeah, guess so. Just not about work, okay? I sit down next to her.
Not about work. Got it. What's on your mind then?
the past, I guess.
Meaning.
How spotty our memories are. And how, despite that, that's what we build our convictions on. Sorry, it's so banal. I'm just tired and frustrated.
Well, let's talk about something more specific then. What do you remember about the time we first met?
The time we first met.
Yeah.
Shit. Not a lot, actually. Those were gloomy, anxious days. I think I subconsciously replaced most of them with blank spaces. I remember you trying to paint your hair black.
Ouch. Don't dig up my trauma now, okay?
I remember that when we first talked, we talked about Hausu.
Don't say Hausu. It's low-key racist, I think.
Nobody ever knows what you mean by house. And that show... that show with the asshole doctor? No, the Japanese haunted house horror film that feels like it was written by a 7-year-old with ADHD.
In the best way.
In the best way. Duh.
We were arguing which characters from the movie both of us were.
You were Kung Fu, and I ended up as Prof, which was rude.
You were dressed up like a total nerd. Not my fault. What was the deal with that suit?
I liked that suit.
Yeah, it was okay. I remember helping you out with graphic design whenever you needed it.
Funny. I remember you needing help with writing as something that tended to happen far more often. Yeah. We developed a fun, shared aesthetic with similar surface concerns, and it bonded us together even before we made sure we were fully compatible deep down as human beings. Hell, I'm still not sure we are. Especially now, with me not being a human being anymore. But hey, at least we both agree that this bedroom feels super comfy. I remember always feeling left out of your social circles. Always knocking at the door from the outside.
Oh, forget it. My social circles were full of out-of-touch, snobby assholes.
Yeah, but it felt weird how much they avoided me. And there was that one time with Isabella. All of a sudden, one thing Isabella said at that one party flashes in my mind with startling clarity. After midnight, in that kitchen, without context, she just walked up to me and... She will isolate you, she will suck you dry, and she'll move on to the next target. That's the only thing she knows.
Ugh. Don't remind me of Isabella. She always resented me.
It's been so long. And it's all baseless conjecture now, but what if... What if she really did isolate me on purpose back then? Glass half empty, my ass. Something is off here. And that might be part of it. Can't rule that out, at least. I won't say anything, but it's worth keeping in mind for the future. Being naturally suspicious is a virtue. Whatever Dakota says. Let's just carry on. As if nothing happened. Yeah. Forget Isabella. Let's just drop this talk. I'm frustrated enough. I need a reset.
Sounds like a good idea. Off to sleep.
Yeah. Gotta get ready to go back to hell tomorrow.
All right. I'll get back to work.
You're working remotely again?
Yeah, my office is going insane for so many reasons. I'm getting cabin fever too.
Get some sun. It'll be good for you.
Look who's talking. Good night, sunshine.
Good night.
And though I don't think there is much there, we did make reference to a haven, which means
Even.
or I don't know what that got me. Salvation. Salvation hidden
All right,
in
we
the
take
pages.
turns. We each say the fourth word.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Yeah, let's
No.
alternate words.
No.
Fuck it.
I refuse.
Nope, we're doing it now.
Okay,
This is
yeah,
Turtle's
yeah.
fault. All right. I'll read the title. Ghoul.
What?
You.
Get
When
You.
Give.
mortal.
Your.
Vampire.
blood.
Without
Draining.
Theirs.
First.
an
Underlying. Underling.
A.
Toady.
a
Thrall.
My.
Clan.
doesn't or don't
Really.
Like.
2.
use
Them.
Hell.
Karen.
thought
The.
Very.
Concept.
was
Beneath.
Her.
And
refused
To.
Explain.
it.
all right come on. We can do it faster. I believe in our ability
You
to do
guys
that
wait
faster.
so much
Yeah, no.
time.
Will and Ileana
believe
wait.
in us.
Will and
I s-
Ileana wait so
No, I
long, but
say-
Turtle,
Oh.
you and I are on it.
No. No. I'm saying it right after Will says it. I have
I'm
lag.
saying it immediately after you say it, but you,
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh lag.
Because
Oh,
Turtle,
yay.
Turtle,
This is what
wait.
Discord does.
Hold on, wait, Turtle, because do you think I'm saying it slow?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, then yes, because I'm doing it literally as soon as you're done. Yeah, so and like chat can probably confirm because they're hearing my audio of it, so they can confirm I'm going after you, but everyone else speaks with like a solid second delay. So this bit
Oh,
isn't
this
working.
is beautiful.
Vitae,
An.
Ancient.
Term.
4.
Blood.
Okay, I have an idea.
In.
Start saying it early. Try to get it
No.
a half second
I will
early.
lose my mind. I will lose my mind.
Oh, but it could be so beautiful.
It could be so beautiful.
Life could be dream, Will.
Like, could be a dream. Ileana,
Welcome to Stream G. Where are we at?
in
Life could be a dream.
My.
experience.
Bye.
Rarely.
Found.
Found.
Outside.
of
Dusty.
Textbooks.
And
pompous.
Camarilla.
Speeches.
All right, that was the worst we've ever done it. All right,
we got a third
1,
try. Third
2,
time's the charm.
3. Haven.
A.
Girl.
Pass.
2.
Hide.
From.
You have to say it a half second early. A half second early, people. Sun.
Somewhere.
Right.
That.
Tens.
2.
B.
At.
Dakotas.
Place.
4.
Me.
Lately.
Nobody's.
Likely.
2.
Randomly.
Stumble.
Upon.
Me.
When.
I.
Sleep.
There.
I like how these continually like break down to exact numbers of words so that everyone gets an even number. That was awful. Let's never do that again, team. Turtle, Turtle, incredible idea for
Oh.
content. Also, hi G. I saw Hi, G. I noticed you were hanging out for a bit. Thank you very much for chilling with us. Unfortunately, we are finishing up for the night. So let me just.
The dictionary bit simply cannot stop evolving.
It can't.
I keep joking. I forgot who I was joking with. It might have been Turtle, but in like the D&D VODs, I keep saying I have an uncanny knack for getting to someone taking a breath and there being dead air and having to wait to see like, okay, who's talking? I'm looking for a specific line. Okay, there it is. And now I'm like, oh, it is Discord's fault.
Yeah, no,
that
the
we
thing
take
is,
such long ass pauses.
when we're playing this game, I actually do try to sometimes preempt you finishing a line read by like a second, so that way there's less of an awkward gap in between dialogue boxes. Sometimes it leads to me killing things a bit early, and sometimes I just have a twitchy trigger finger on accident. But anywhom, my dearest friends and my dearest viewers, thank you so much for spending the evening here with me, Transylvanian vampire Zoran Mamdani.
Back.
And my dear wife and romantic friends, which is to say they are friends who are romantic with each other, not that they are friends who are romantic with me. And next stream of Shadows of New York, surprise, surprise, will be next Sunday, unless, my house gets bombed. We'll be back at it with more.
Hey, knock on things. Here.
Find wood now.
Immediately,
Find wood
before
for
you
travel.
say anything else.
The thought to just punch myself in the dick as hard as possible.
If it
That would
counts.
incredible bit.
Will? Okay, Will, Will,
Yeah.
hold on. Will, it's an incredible bit. It's an incredible bit.
No.
Yeah,
You do
your
it.
incredible bit that you have.
You do
Yeah.
it, Will. If it's an incredible
No,
bit,
no, no.
you
I'm
do
talking
it.
about.
Sure,
I'm talking
Will.
about your bit. I'm
Will.
talking about your bit
Close.
that you have.
Will, I'm
between-
willing to give you credit. I'm willing to
Why
give
are we
you
talking
credit.
about my wife's bit right now?
I'm willing
I'm
to
talking
give
about your wife's bit
Will.
because she brought it up.
She brought it
okay?
up.
Will, I'm going to give you credit
April,
for
stop
being
talking about your
the
bit.
inventor and the executioner of the punch yourself in the dick as hard as humanly possible bit.
Oh,
I think
I'm sorry.
I think you would be able to surpass.
No. I'm the inventor. I'm the inventor of this bit.
I'm willing to give you credit.
Is that what we're going with? Is that what we're going with? That's
So
the history we're seeing it go.
So you know how
Oh,
like
no.
Thomas Edison wasn't really an inventor. He just kind of like got a bunch of patents.
Right.
Yeah. You can be the Thomas Edison of punching yourself in the dick at full force.
Unfortunately, I'm not a fucking
Wait.
scumbag. So this is wholly yours.
Will, you could
Baby
start.
girl, go for it.
Will, you could start right now.
Wow.
Wait, hold on. I believe to quote Vera last name, sorry, I guess I'm the only one who hasn't forgotten that we're monsters.
Obsessed.
Vera is
Obsessed with
also
her.
the type. Vera is also the type of character that would say out loud, "Oh, you made a promise. You follow through on it now, please."
Vera is also the kind of person who would say, yeah, I'll punch myself in the dick as hard as humanly possible.
That's for Will to decide.
I am not Will. Anyways, bye!
I've noticed.